going on with this Wendy Chu character? All she does is go and harass beautiful women. They are just, they're all victims. What did Toxic Attraction do to Wendy Chu? Nothing. They didn't do nothing. What did Tiffany Stratton do to Wendy Chu? Nothing. Leave these women alone, Wendy.
They are the bad women, Dark. They the bad women. They heels, man. They are heels. Christian, dude, I'm so glad they letting him do this right now, especially with MJF being gone. Right now, Christian is like, you know what? I got you. MJF gone. I got you. Let me be this.
Like they were pissed off that these guys had the belts. They're just like, this was a prestigious title down in the UK, and now you guys have it. And now you have these two freaking idiot country people in the fucking ring going like, yeah, fucking...
We're gonna drink beer and all that bullshit.
Hey, all right.
Or, Jesus Christ, they're gonna lose. She's gonna lose her fucking cash in, dude.
On the screen. Oh, really?
Yeah. You didn't see that? Oh, yeah. Simi proposed to take on. Yeah, they're engaged now.
Well, damn, she got 2 months. And it's gonna be over, buddy. Over.
What about Rosemary, Tony?
Bruh. Rosemary is okay at times.
I just heard laughing. I didn't even hear it.
Right, he didn't even respond. He just started laughing. That's disrespectful.
Into the pay-per-view, just 1 hour. Oh!
2 matches, 3 matches?
3 matches.
3 matches.
Yep, 3 matches.
And we know the Jericho match is going to be at least 45
How
minutes.
do you feel about this match? Now it's over.
I'm just glad it's over and done.
Okay, Ernest.
I feel like they could do some things with it. Kind of like back in the day with, when they had DOA versus Los Moretas, I think that was their name, versus the Nation, those 3 groups. We joked about this before. It's like they were so racist back in the day because they had a redneck group, bald-headed bikers versus an all Puerto Rican group versus an all black group. And they was throwing racial slurs just left and right. And it was like, we was watching this as kids like, yeah, let's go. What? Let's go. Like, no, we're done. We're done. I'm gonna cut a Michael Cole promo like they did on Sasha and Naomi.
He let us all down.
Yeah,
he let the millions of you guys down.
He let us all down, guys.
So now we're having a whole conversation between Madcap Moss and Heyman. Now we go to a thing for SummerSlam. Then we get the thing of Roman Reigns and Lesnar on the big screen so that Theory can fucking react to that on there. And he's just tapping his Money in the Bank. He's like, oh yeah, I'm Money in the Bank. Then Madcap comes out and the match actually starts. That's fucking 20 minutes of my time. What are you doing? Why? What the hell was all that?
Imagine being in the arena.
What was all of that? Oh, Jesus. I was done. I was off. I didn't care. I did not care about whatever happened. That was it. I was done. I was done. 20 minutes just for Madcap to get to the ring for the bell to start? Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
And what if Theory was waiting in there doing nothing for 20 minutes? Are you serious? Get out of here,
Your
bro.
comment don't make sense. If they want Theory to go over more, all you gotta do is have this man win at SummerSlam, beat Bobby Lashley, and cash in.
Bro,
You can't get more over than that.
That's what makes even less sense. It's like, why are you starting a program with Dolph Ziggler? He already has a program with Bobby Lashley. He's got a title match.
Yeah, and he's putting himself in the program with Roman and Brock as well.
Why does he need this? Like, this is what I'm saying.
Where does Dolph come in at?
Where? I didn't need this.
So,
We're doing a lot of this right now. We're just doing a lot of this.
Bruh, I don't know what's going on. And What up? What up? What up? Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to another episode of the Budget Cut Podcast. Brought to you by DopeContent.com and Dope Content and MT Darkness. I'm gonna go ahead and say MTDarkness.com too. We putting that out speaking that into existence, ladies and gentlemen. It's coming. It's coming. What's good, Ricky? What's good, Dynamite J? You on an ad break? Damn, the stream just started. How you get on an ad break already?
Oh, Jesus.
Hey, that's all Twitch. That ain't me. That is all Twitch. I don't push ads no more. They do all that on their own. We got a BCC chat going on from Dynamite J, man. Appreciate all the Noti gang here in the building. We got a lot to get into this week, man. I named this show on my end the Week of Returns because we had a lot of returns between CM Punk, Hit Row, and Dexter Lumis. A lot of good wrestling shows happening. A lot of good wrestling happening. It feels weird, man. I know we like 2-3 weeks in, but every time I watch that opening now, I just laugh. I'm like, bro, what was Vince thinking with this stuff, man? It's just
He wasn't.
we were like highly upset. You see it on the intro. We like, yo, what is going on? What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? Like, we did this every week. We were like, what are we doing? What are we doing? So, Ricky, if you're still on ad break, I don't know what to tell you. You know what? I guess as SportsBot, I forgot. I guess during football season, SportsBot just automatically give us updates on NFL and things like that. So, hey, if you're a Vegas fan, congratulations. The Vegas just defeated the Minnesota Vikings 26-20. So there you go. So yeah, you come to our stream and even get sports updates doing live shows. So before we get into it, Dark, how's your week, man?
It's been good so far. I cannot complain. I don't really have anything else to say other than that. I've just been kind of taking it easy all week. What about yourself? How's your week been?
Lucky, man. Started back work.
I'm glad for you, Ricky. I'm happy.
Yeah, good job, Ricky. Hey, that's
Hey,
all
there you
Twitch.
That's
all Twitch, Ricky. I just
Watch
want you
for
to know.
Ricky for getting out of that ad break. There you go.
There you go. Yeah, Rick, that's all Twitch, buddy. That's not me at all, man. So I just want y'all to know that if you come in and goes directly to the ad, that is all Twitch. So but my week has been all right, man. I went to work. I went back to work. And it's really about to start this week. Then today, all weekend I had gigs, including today. And then my car started jumping and all that. So I'm just like, my body got to get used to waking up early again. Like I've been tired, been like irritated. So I'm like, man, I don't want to do this shit another year. Even though it was, it's cool. It's a cool, easy job. I just don't like getting up early no more, man. Like, and then I thought, if y'all know, going back to the radio stuff, I thought I wouldn't have to do it for another year. So, yeah, man, it's just, a mix of that. So, but other than that, it's been all right, man. We've been watching, like I said, some good wrestling. Dynamite saying work yuck.
Yeah, I appreciate that too. I saw your comment about my TDW this week, Dynamite.
Oh, yeah.
Jacob Fatu moving on to the finals of the M1 Invitational. Pretty crazy.
Definitely fire. And if you missed the AEW Beach Break pay-per-view, you better go watch it on my Twitch page. I do not put them up on YouTube no more. I just got tired of doing it. So they all on Twitch. If you miss it, that's on you, buddy. That's all I got to say. The intro was fire. I appreciate it, Ricky. I don't know why you still trying to. What you trying to gamble on? Why are you hitting gamble all? What are you trying to gamble points on right now? What is happening? What are you trying to gamble points on? There's nothing to gamble on right now.
Yeah, he'll find something. Addicts have a way to find a way to gamble for anything. So
I mean, hey, all right. I mean, if you want to lose, points to a ghost, go ahead. You just want more points, you gotta watch more. You gotta comment more. That's how you get points. That's the quickest way to get points if we're not betting. Power hungry. All right, well, hey.
All right, Kanan.
Right. I'm saying. Speaking of that.
I still gotta watch that. I
haven't watched it either.
You haven't watched it either? All right. For those that don't know what we're talking about,
Raising Kanan is back.
Raising Kanan, came out with the second season. So that's our show right there. I'm really
Yeah.
excited for that. Season 2.
Yeah.
You know what I've been watching, actually? I don't know if you've seen the show Snowfall. I've been watching that.
I keep hearing about it, but like I never got into it. I never even like just sat there and watched it. Every time I say I'm gonna watch it, I end up watching something else. So
If you can actually get into it, Dope, you'll love it. I can tell you right now. That show, Snowfall's about the crack epidemic in the 80s. And it's crazy. It's about, you basically are following the rise of this 20-year-old who ends up running his entire neighborhood. So it's really, really cool.
okay.
It's interesting.
All right, yeah. Well, I'll definitely check it out. So before we get into Raw and SmackDown and NXT and AEW and Rampage, we had a couple of heel turns as well. Well, we had a heel turn on Rampage that we need to get into. I was a little confused by it. You need to watch P-Valley. Look, they on their season finale today that I haven't watched yet.
Oh Lord, I got a couple episodes then. Good Lord. Jesus.
P-Valley is a little out of hand this year with some of these scenes, man. I was like, all right, now, good Lord, we get it. Like, damn.
They down in the valley. You know what happens when they down in the valley.
I mean, ain't nothing else going on down the valley but that. Good Lord, obviously ain't nothing else to do there. So, which my family's from Mississippi. First of all, Chuckalissa is fake. But Mississippi and nothing to do down there is very real. So I
don't know. I be watching that show sometimes. I wish that Chuckalissa was a real place.
Man, look.
Goodness gracious. Oh,
look,
man. Through WrestleMania, me and you are going to have to take a trip down to Chuckalissa. That was real place. Good Lord.
He say, don't worry, guys. I'm here. Hey, what up, King? What up?
No, boy.
But
What's up, King?
Before we get into the week, let's talk about a new trailer that dropped, which is the AEW video game. I watched it for the first time literally right before we started. So if you guys haven't seen it, let's all watch it together. Got it on the screen. Let me get to it. All right, let's go. Why are you booing, Dynamite?
Tony,
Hey,
what are you doing?
Brett, hey, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
Going to my room.
No.
What? Wait, what?
Get your back. Come on.
Come on, come on. What? Don't step on the pizza.
Don't let anybody see you. Come on, shut the door. Well, no, get in first. No, leave your bag here. Come on, hurry.
What? What's happened in here?
AEW Fight Forever video game happened here.
All right, so now what?
Well, are you hungry? On second thought, don't eat that. But now, it's finally time to reveal AEW Fight Forever to our AEW fans at the THQ Nordic Digital Showcase. Check it out, Tony. I will be me, the one legendary DMD, and you will be Adam Cole.
Oh man, this game is awesome.
I told you would love it.
Yeah.
I told you. Am I ever wrong?
No,
Never.
no, I shouldn't.
Never.
Whoa, this game is it's tremendous. Are there any weapons in this game?
Are there any weapons? Look how easy this is to play. You don't have to figure out a million freaking buttons. Even though I could have, because I'm a dentist.
Oh, I know that.
But I just picked it up today and started playing, and I'm already the best at it. And
Hey, so is that a shot at WWE 2K right there when she said that?
What did she say?
You don't have to figure out a million buttons. You can just pick it up and play.
Yeah, it's simpler controls. That's something that they've been promoting for their game this entire time. Absolutely, it is.
Is
So
WWE
yeah, and
really hard though?
Did you remember when that game came out? And before it even came, me and you even said it. When they came out with the button combos, we were freaking out. We were like, what the hell? Like, yeah, so this is going to be much simpler than X, 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 Y, B, and then a thing. Like, you can just press like 2 buttons and get a combo done. Or get a move done. So that's what they're trying to say here.
Oh, kind of like the old
absolutely
2K before.
Yeah, like No Mercy.
even though I could
basically.
have, because I'm a dentist.
Gotcha.
But I just picked it up today and started playing, and I'm already the best at it. And career mode,
Dynamite, damn.
mini games.
Wow, really excited you tell me about career mode, I can tell you that. And almost lost my mind when I found out that AEW Fight Forever has mini games.
How did you find out about the mini games?
You told me.
AEW Fight Forever, coming soon.
D and D. Knock your teeth out, Shivani.
Well, at least I know a good dentist.
And there it is. That is the AEW trailer. I felt like it could have been a little better. It was more of them talking than the actual game.
Max, what's good? Well, this trailer got leaked, so they were gonna have for this because this was what they were gonna originally show at the showcase. So I thought that today that they were gonna have a new trailer, but instead they used the leaked footage, which I was kind of disappointed by. But yeah, what did you think? Because this was your first time watching this trailer, so what did you think?
I wish they would have showed more game and added to it, because it's like, again, I did see that gameplay that they showed on the trailer. I saw that part leaked on Twitter. I was like, okay, I thought it was going to be something added to it, but it was just them talking in a dirty hotel room, and I was just like, okay, well, this really didn't show me nothing. Like, all of their trailers haven't showed me anything, so
no. And that's what I'm saying too. Like, this hasn't really done much of anything so far. People are saying it's like the same thing with 2K when that game was dropping trailers and stuff like that. People were saying that they were excited. People were pre-ordering it, and people are gonna pre-order this too. It's the same thing that I'll say about that. What I said about 2K22. You guys just gotta be patient and do some research on this, because even I'm still wary about this. So
follow Smack Talks, because they will give you all the inside details on all of these games that you won't catch doing these trailers and stuff. So
there's not a lot of people that follow wrestling games like Smack Talks does. That's 1000% correct. Yeah,
right.
Those guys are really on it. So
definitely do that. I'm excited for it still though, because it's a new game that's not WWE. I've been waiting to get another game. I've been really wanting Impact to do another game, but it don't seem like that's gonna happen. So for AEW to do it, I'm perfectly fine with it, and it just give you alternative. That's what we need. Like, that's the problem with Madden right now, because there's no alternative to go to, and they get away with all the BS they get away with. Madden's coming out this week.
Yeah.
And 2K is coming out, NBA 2K, which is, I love NBA 2K, but a lot of people complain about it because they only play one mode. That's your fault, first of all, because you only play the superstar mode, not superstar mode, but the my player. But you don't actually play the actual game where they did a whole lot of presentation and plan. That's your fault. I liked NBA 2K, but for the people that's complaining, there's no alternatives. You know what I'm saying? So
Live comes out, and then those are just half-baked games that they make. That's the problem, and then they never really get back to it.
Yeah,
I mean, I remember growing up when we had a bunch of options. We had college games that we could even play. We don't have that no more. So
apparently, college is coming back next year. I wish it was this year, but apparently NCAA is coming back next year. I can tell you now, if that happens,
is that EA?
It's EA again. Yeah. So I mean, for me personally, I've always played NCAA more than Madden. So just because of the college atmosphere and it's way, it's so much more you could do. So once it come out, if it does come out next year, I'm definitely going to be on college way more than Madden. So,
well, yeah, I do hope that this game comes out. I think this game, it's definitely different. It's not. They've said it was an arcade game, and they said it was going to be like No Mercy. So it's not a wrestling sim like 2K is. So it'll be something different, and it'll be interesting to see. And the things that I saw, like the best footage I saw for this game was the Jungle Boy Darby Allin footage, because I really like the reversals and everything that they were doing in that. Everything else that I've seen has just been kind of a little iffy. So, but yeah, I really want to see more on this game, because I feel like I'm not really getting to see too much on this. Like, we're only seeing little bits and pieces, and that's what I was hoping for at this showcase. But it was just the same footage that we had seen earlier in the week that had leaked. So.
Yeah, I feel like this is gonna be a game that my boys play way more than me. But then again, like I said, I wanted to go have community creations, and people start putting WWE people on AEW show like they do on 2K. So I want to see what they do. Like, they have I know she said story mode. But are they gonna do something similar to like a universe where you get to do shows and can you create arenas? Can you create this and that? Like all that stuff we don't know because they really haven't said nothing.
They haven't mentioned it. I literally came across them, and I'm trying to find it right now, but I came across a thing on Twitter that showed all of the things that they had mentioned so far. They didn't mention anything about creating arena. So
what about other arenas outside of Dynamite? Because that's all I've ever seen was at Dynamite, which looks
I'm sure they have other arenas other than Dynamite in there, but you can't create any other arenas. They haven't mentioned that yet.
Yeah, well, that sucks. I don't like that part. Yeah, y'all know I like to create stuff. Yeah, hopefully they update and they change how the stage look. Like the stage looks good, but it's certain things that's missing. I'm real picky with stages and stuff because I like to create on 2K, so it's certain stuff I look for. If it's there in real life, put it on the game. So and there was certain stuff that was dope, but it was missing stuff too. But it's early stages. Where it is, this game is coming out in December. No,
it's been moved back to next year.
Oh God.
It's not a bad thing. Like if that's the case, just let. Maybe that's just me though. I've been playing games for a long time, dope. Like multiple games. The best example I can think of was when BioShock Infinite, the third BioShock was coming out. That game was supposed to come out in like 2009, and they kept pushing it back until eventually they pushed it back to 2012. When I played that game was fantastic, and that was the last time I'd ever even argued against delaying games. Because when games are delayed, they end up being fantastic. BioShock Infinite is a fantastic first-person shooter to play with a great story, I think, still to this day. And it's because they took the time to cook on it, just cook it and fester it and let it simmer. So if that's what it takes for this game to be proper, then let it happen. But
it's been like 2 years.
It's a video game, man.
Man, it's just I'm getting impatient because I've been waiting on this game. I've been waiting. We waited on 2K. Well, I mean, GTA 5 is still fire right now, though.
That game is not. I don't understand how people are playing that online. That's the same shit. That game has been out since 2013.
Yeah.
That's almost a little under a decade. That's what I'm saying. If Rockstar can take 9 years to make a game, we can just wait a couple more months.
They keep updating stuff that you can do online. Like I got homies out here. They think they ghost in real life on this video game.
We got 2K.
Yeah, man.
Are you sick of 2K already?
A little bit. Did you see my glitches? Yes, I am. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I don't know what's going on with these. I'm not having these problems on my games. I don't know what's going on with the Xbox version of 2K. This is
yeah, I'm getting tired of it because they talking about there's no more patches either, so I'm stuck with that. I'm definitely tired of that game now.
Max Dunk, what's good, guy? How you guys doing?
Like, man, this some bull. I can't be great, man. What up, D-Will? So I can't be great at all, man. Yeah, don't even get me started, bro. I'm gonna get mad and go into a whole rant about 2K. So. But yeah, because we waited 2 years for that, and it's still the same, BS that's happening. It just looks better and plays a little better. But at the end of the day, when they do patches, it turns out to be the same game as 2K20. So I'm just like, hey, I'm tired of waiting on games. If they go come out and still be broke.
So I'm looking at Fight Forever's page right now. Apparently, it says customization options will include wrestler attire, appearance, move assets, entrances, teams, and arenas. So arenas are going to be customizable.
Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Now I really can't wait. Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby.
Oh, shoot.
So you got to think of it from my point of view. There's a boxing game that they've been building for 3 years.
I know what you're talking about, too. I know what you're talking about.
Esports boxing. I've been waiting on that for 3 years. Still no release date. And now it's to the point it's like they're doing too much because now the latest not trailer, but the latest gameplay now looks worse than the one before because they've been changing it so much. And we like, no, you need to go back. A lot of people are in their comment sections on their social media like, no, you need to go back to the previous one because you overdid it with this one. Like, go back. So I've been waiting on that game for 3 years. I feel like I've been waiting on AEW for 1.5 to 2 years. 2K took a long time, and then I've been waiting on NCAA since NCAA 14. I've been waiting on games. I'm tired of waiting.
In terms of boxing, you know what they need to do? They just need to re-release, what was it? Fight Night. Yeah, Fight Night Champions, specifically. Just re-release Fight Night Champions. If you make a remake, if EA made a remake of that, you know how quickly I would buy that game. Dope. Oh my god, dude. That game was amazing. Holy
I still play it. I still play it now.
God.
So
if I can get myself a copy, I still got an Xbox. If I can find a copy of that, it's over. Oh my lord.
Depending on if you got an Xbox One, you can play it. It's backwards compatible.
No, I have a 360.
See, you left us a long time ago, buddy. This is your fault. This is your fault. So
I defected. I'm a traitor.
Look, I'm getting tired of you coming in here calling us old every time we say something. Yeah, I'm impatient. I've been waiting 3 years, bitch. Eat a dick. I'm just tired of you calling me old. They ain't got nothing to do with age, partner. That means I'm just tired of waiting.
Oh shit.
Hell, Rob, every week with you, man. About to kick you out of here. You about to get that message treatment.
Oh boy.
So moving right along. I know Dwight got to mention something before we get to it.
Yes.
I just want to update y'all that we have new women's tag champions in Impact, Deonna Purrazzo and Chelsea Green. So shout out to them. That happened on Friday during Emergence. That's really the only major thing that happened from that show. So let's keep it moving.
I was gonna say I wasn't expecting too many title changes from that show either.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and get to what you had to get into, Dart.
So the semifinals and the finals of the G1 will be happening on the 17th and the 18th. So that's this Wednesday and Thursday. So I just wanted to quickly go over the rankings that we're at currently right now going into the final couple of shows. So right now, on the second to last day of the tournament, in the A block, Okada, the only thing that really is of significance is Okada is in the lead right now with 8 points. And Jonah is right behind him with 6 points. The only person I'm mentioning is Jonah because Jonah is the only person that has a win over Okada in this A block. If Okada wins his match against Archer, which is his final match in the tournament, then Okada automatically moves on to the semifinals. If Okada loses this match and Jeff Cobb beats Jonah beats Bad Luck Fale, then Jonah and Okada will be tied, and in the event of a tiebreaker, Jonah moves on and wins the A block of the tournament. In the B block, Jay White is in the lead. He has been undefeated so far in the G1. He is having one more match, and that's against Tama Tonga, who has 8 points. So he's in second place. So this match is going to be very important because whoever wins the match goes on to the semifinals, essentially. If Tama Tonga beats Jay White, they're tied. And in the event of a tiebreaker, like I said, Tama Tonga goes over because he won that match. In the C block, we're starting to get into the thick of it here. It's going to get a little bit interesting. So Zack Sabre Jr. right now is in the lead with 8 points, and he has one more match against Tetsuya Naito. If Naito wins, that'll tie him and Zack Sabre Jr. at 8 points apiece, and Naito will go to the next round. Zack Sabre Jr. has only one loss, and that's against Hiroshi Tanahashi. But Tanahashi has no more matches left in the tournament, so he's out of it. So this last match is going to come down to Naito and Sabre for the C block. And then in the D block, this is just a whole clusterfuck. Will Ospreay, Shingo Takagi, David Finlay, Yoshihashi, and Yujiro Takahashi are all tied for this tournament to go into the semifinals. If El Phantasmo, who is out of the tournament, is only here to play spoiler. So if El Phantasmo beats David Finlay, El Phantasmo, who is El Phantasmo having a match against? Against Shingo Takagi. So if El Phantasmo beats Shingo Takagi, Shingo will be out of contention. Ospreay will need to win his match against Juice to have 8 points, and that's the only way that Ospreay can go on to the next round. If Shingo wins his match against Phantasmo, that'll put him in contention. So basically, Shingo and Will Ospreay are going to be having matches on that night, and Phantasmo and Robinson are just playing spoiler. So these two people need to win their matches, and whoever wins between Shingo and Ospreay will move on to the semifinals. After that, then we'll be moved, and the last day of the matches are going to take place on the 16th. 17th, we'll have the semifinals. On the 18th, like I said, the finals in Budokan Hall. It's a lot of stuff to take in, but yeah, that's why I didn't really pay too much attention to the G1 this year. It's too much math. Just too much math.
You say too much math. Well, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. That is the update on the G1. And with that, I guess we can get right into Raw. I had some questions, but I'm gonna save it for the end because it's kind of gonna tie in together. So we'll save it for the end. So let's get right into Monday Night Raw.
Let's go, Yujiro. Good Lord, King.
Yeah, let's get a handshake. A hand clap for G1. And let's go into Raw, man, where we started off hot. We got Bayley, Io Sky, and Dakota Kai go to the ring. They challenge Bianca Belair, Alexa Bliss, and Asuka to a match at WWE Clash at the Castle. Bianca comes out, Alexa Bliss comes out, Asuka comes out. And it was kind of weird because they were saying they was talking all this crap. Bayley was talking all this crap. And you would think they would come out, ready to go at it, but they came out doing their entrance, smiling, twirling their hair, jumping around. Like they was happy to be there. Like the girls wasn't in the ring, talking shit about them for 10 minutes. So I didn't like that part of it. But once Bianca did get in the ring, she was like, hey, forget waiting. Let's fight now. Bam, nails Bayley. They start going at it. Then the camera cuts hit. And I was like, oh man, here we go. God. Here we go. I was like, it was good at first. It started off good, and then the camera cut started hitting. I'm like, bro, you making people dizzy with all this. Just pan out to the hard cam like y'all used to do and get everybody. And then every now and then zoom in on somebody. And etc. So what did you think about that segment?
I noticed some things. Obviously the Dakota Sky thing, which kind of blew up, that was pretty funny. And the way that Bayley handled it was funny too.
Yeah.
What's that? Bliss, Alexa Bliss. She came out without the doll, which I thought was awesome. That made me real happy. And she started acting like her old goddess Alexa stuff, where she just started to kind of. It was small hints of acting like a bully. She wasn't a full-on bully, but she was just kind of just small hints of it. So I liked that because she's still a face, so she wasn't fully into it. But yeah, great. I like that. Off rip, 100%. Don't give her this doll back because she doesn't need it. Other than that, the fight itself, I was fine with, but until we got those camera cuts, because Jesus. I wrote on Twitter that I felt like Mr. Krabs in that meme where it's just the room spinning. I just couldn't do it. It was ridiculous. We're out of that era of WWE now. We don't need that no more. Get that out of here.
I'm telling you. So, moving on, Seth Rollins. They still got Seth freaking Rollins in his name. I don't know if I like that. But Seth Rollins defeated Angelo Dawkins. He was getting into it with Montez the whole match, though. And to the point where Montez actually got ejected and kicked out from ringside. But good match between these two. It feels like they're trying to build something between Seth and Montez. Any thoughts on that match?
Yeah, I got that same feeling too. And I thought it was interesting too how after Ford lost at the end, or Dawkins lost at the end, how Seth hit Dawkins and Ford wasn't down there to help him out in time. He literally got there right after it happened. So, whereas last week, Dawkins was waiting for Seth to do something like that, and he got in immediately. So yeah, playing a little bit more, like this time subtly, I would say, towards some problems in the Street Profits. And I like the story. I'm interested to see where it's going. And I like that Seth is the one playing the middleman, being the divisive character within this group too. So, because he's doing a good job at it right now. Even with the program, I don't know what's going on with him and Riddle, but even with him doing that program, he's still doing a good job in this. So
yeah, what is the update on Riddle? Do you have an update on Riddle?
I have nothing. I don't know what's going on with him. I have no idea.
Huh. Okay.
I haven't heard anything that he's like injured or anything. So maybe he might be back next week, but we'll see. We'll see.
Huh. All right. Yeah, that's interesting right there. Kevin Owens comes out and just destroyed Zeke. This might be their way of writing Zeke off. But I know we talked about it last week, how they planned on putting Kevin Owens back in the top position like he should be. This is the start. He came out and destroyed Zeke. When I first saw this match, I was like, bro, again, why are we doing this? But no, he destroyed Zeke. And it wasn't even a match. He just beat him down. We might see Elias again. What's your thoughts on that?
I thought it was funny when Kevin Owens, because he came down to the ring like super serious, and then he slipped. He was amped up, and as soon as he got on the steps, he just like starts walking up and just slips. And Elias or Zeke just starts like laughing at him, but that just kind of played into it because as soon as the bell rang, he got his ass whooped. So I like that, and it was real interesting.
Yeah.
I hope that they keep this up with Kevin Owens. I've always had this issue with Zeke. I saw some people complaining online. They're just like, "Oh, how are you gonna do Zeke like that?" And they're just like, "Oh, like maybe he'll go back to the Elias character." It's just like Zeke just needs to do something. I don't know what this guy needs, but he needs to do something because this wasn't working. Like the only reason that this was working at all was because of Kevin Owens. That's it.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that Kevin Owens is the one getting the push out of this at least, because if they were going to keep going with Zeke in this direction, I would have had a problem with it. So Triple H knows what's up.
I mean, Zeke, in the ring, he's doing a good job. He changed his moveset around, but it's just like the character in general is not, it's dead. So it's really nothing there.
The whole joke is that he just looks like Elias. That's it.
Yeah. And that's done. Like we passed that now.
Yeah.
So going backstage, we had Edge try to apologize to Ray and Dom showing some nuts, actually, shoving Edge out and like, hey man, nah, I don't forgive you. And Ray's trying to calm Dom down. Ray's pretty much taking Edge's side. It's like, hey, I've known this guy for 20 years. Dom's like, you know me for
right there. What the hell was that about?
Dom's like, you know me 25. How you go trust this guy like this? Especially when Edge is the reason Judgment Day is even here to begin with. And he speared me and didn't even care. So I get where Dom is coming from. Like, hey, man, I'm your son. Edge took me out and just kept moving. He didn't care. Like, that's your former tag partner and all, but you know what I'm saying? So I get that with Dom. And then I'm going to run this all together. Damian Priest came out and challenged Edge to a match in Toronto. And then Finn Balor and Rey Mysterio went at it again. And Finn Balor beats Rey Mysterio again. So, thoughts on that?
I thought that that backstage segment was ridiculous for multiple reasons. It's just like, why wouldn't Rey take his son's side in this? Not even given the fact, like, it's just like last week we go and Rey's like, holy crap, like my son, is he hurt? He's just like crying in the ring because his son was speared. Now this week Edge comes back there and he's just like, yeah, no, me and Edge are best friends. I don't even know where that came from, by the way. Like, I remember back in 2010 when Edge was just literally trying to kill Rey. He was ripping off his mask, doing all this underhanded shit for the World Heavyweight Championship. But now, fast forward,
former tag partners too, though. Former tag partners too.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
That means a lot in WWE. It depends on what story they're trying to tell.
Man, this was ridiculous. This was ridiculous. This was the first time that they ever logically wrote Dominic, because I was on his side at this point. I was just like, hell yeah, push this man. Like, what the hell?
Maybe that's the point.
And he ran away afterwards. Like, he didn't even come to check on him. He just ran away. But yeah. And then it was all for naught too, because Ray loses his match anyways, and then Dominic just gets his ass whooped again
by Rhea.
It's just so much.
By Rhea.
Can't win.
It's funny because when he pushed Edge, I immediately grabbed my phone and tweeted, "This man can't whoop Rhea Ripley, but you want to fight Edge now?" Like even Edge looked at him like, "Come on, kid, this is not what you want." And even Ray kind of looked at him like, "Yeah, chill out, son, because he's gonna beat your ass." So he's like, "Hey, man, nobody believes in Dom right now."
Oh man!
And of course, Rhea comes out and carried Dom's on her shoulder with ease, and she beat him down in the back. Maybe this is setting up where Dom is actually going to turn. He is tired of getting whooped by Rhea, and Rhea is low key the one doing all the psychological work on Dom, to the point where Dom is like, you know what, you right, I'm joining y'all. Maybe that's what that's setting up here with this whole thing. While we keep seeing the Mysterios and Judgment Day, so it got to be it. I can't think of nothing else for them to keep doing this. Besides the fact that everybody is enjoying seeing Dom get beat up by Rhea every week. Other than that, I don't see.
Man, I need them to speed up this process, because this pairing, every week seeing this is just kind of getting a little played out.
So
at this point, I want to beat Dom.
Hey man.
Oh wow.
Backstage. Yeah, Liz always want to smoke with them guys. But I'm telling you, this guy's man, he's useless right now. He's just there to get beat up. And everybody's jealous because Rhea had her thighs wrapped around his neck the other day. And everybody like, oh, you bastard. Backstage, Kevin Owens say the real Kevin Owens is back. We see behind Kevin Owens, I noticed it, but I didn't really pay attention to it. I noticed it that it was Doudrop and Nikki ASH was backstage while Kevin Owens was talking. And I noticed the car and everything, but I was like, all right, I don't know what happened there. Maybe that's an accident. That's exactly how I just brushed it off. I was like, oh, that might be an accident, but we're going to get to what was going on later on. But obviously it was there for a reason and something happened. Moving on back to the ring, we had Dakota Kai and Io Sky take on Dana Brooke and Tamina in the Women's Tag Championship tournament. And of course, Dakota Kai and Io Sky won. I'm going to keep on going. We'll come back to that. Bobby Lashley defeated Ciampa to retain the United States Championship after Ciampa did this killing promo backstage talking about Harley Race. He came out with the Harley Race gear and etc. It was a fire match. These guys went back and forth. It was a couple of times where I thought Ciampa was going to take it, but it just didn't happen that night. So moving on, Omos defeated two jobbers in a handicap match. So a little shocked to see Omos back on TV. Dolph Ziggler defeated Chad Gable in a very good wrestling match. And then at the end, AJ Styles defeated The Miz. Actually, I'm skipping ahead. I'm sorry. Bayley, Io Sky, and Dakota Kai doing a segment backstage. You see that same car that we've just mentioned getting towed. And then you see security just running. And I'm like, it's a lot going on right now. Something is happening. This one, I'm like, all right, something is happening.
But the best part about all of this, because this was my highlight of the show. I loved all of this because it kept me intrigued, and the most important thing is it makes me want to come back next week to find out what's going on. And the best part about all of this was that the announcers, nobody, the wrestlers backstage, nobody paid any attention to any of this. Nobody, it was never acknowledged. Except for maybe Bayley, Dakota, and Io. That was maybe the closest we got because they ran right past them. And so they just looked at him like, what the hell? And then they just kept going their way. But that was it. So I thought that this was the most interesting thing on the entire show. I was intrigued. Yeah. And you know something good's coming. If they're doing something this clever, something's good coming. So I really like this. I really like this.
Yeah, so like I said, when Bayley and them was talking, the security ran past them. That's when I was like, okay, something is happening. And even then, even though the car was getting towed, I had to rewind it after reading Twitter because I didn't notice the car. I wasn't paying attention to it. Mm-hmm. I didn't notice the same car being towed. I just remember the security guards running past the women, and they was like, okay, what the hell going on? So when I saw it on Twitter, I went back. I was like, oh, that is the same car getting towed back there. So yeah, they were telling the story, and we're gonna get to it. AJ Styles defeated The Miz in a no disqualification match. Pretty good match. And at the end, we see security take down this guy in all black. They're brawling. And normally when WWE, when you see that happening, they kind of pan the camera off, right? They didn't pan the camera, so I'm like, do they know that this is happening right now, or is this something planned? And then sure enough, right as AJ went to go look over there, and I'm like, okay, now it's planned. Once I saw AJ go over there, I'm like, all right, now this is part of some type of story. That got to be somebody. They bagging this man out, and it's come to find out it's Dexter Lumis of all people, looking crazy. And then as soon as they showed his face, they went off the air. I was like, oh no, wait, rewind. That's Dexter Lumis. What the hell? So thoughts on the last 3 matches and thoughts on the last 4 matches. I went through 4 matches and the ending. So the U.S. title match. If you got any thoughts on Omos and Dolph Ziggler versus Chad Gable, you can talk about those as well.
It was good to have the enhancement talent come out for Omos. I don't know what his next thing is going to be, but that was dope. That the U.S. title match was really, really dope. That was probably the best match on the show for me. And that little nugget from Corey Graves was nice. It was a little over the top, I thought, but it was still nice. Where he had at one point in the match, Ciampa put the Gargano escape on Lashley, and Corey Graves is just like, you know what? Sometimes you just gotta do it yourself. It's just like, okay, Corey, Jesus.
He's trying to be Pat McAfee now. Pat McAfee done took his thunder. Now he's trying to get it back.
I was like, damn, but yeah, I thought that was a really, really solid matchup, and Styles and Miz was a good match, but the the after stuff with Dexter Lumis, I was laughing. I did not expect to see him back. I'm glad for him though, and I saw who was it? Beth Phoenix and what's his name? Who was the other guy that was on that NXT announcee? Wade Barrett.
Yeah,
both put something on Twitter as soon as they saw him back, and then Indy Hartwell also like had a waving emoji. So thought that was interesting, but you know, a good episode of Raw. It was another good episode of Raw. So Raw's already on a pretty low bar though. So I mean, any episode that is better than the not last week's episode, but the episode prior to that.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, great.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying. First of all, shout out to that Cleveland crowd. That crowd was way better than the Houston crowd. So shout out to them because they actually made the show feel worth something. And a lot of people are talking about Johnny Gargano, and he's trending yet again because they was in Cleveland. And they was like, well, Dexter is back. Indy is not really doing much on NXT. Theory has been missing for like 2 weeks, even though we talked about that last week. Like, could they possibly be trying to put them back together? Or could Johnny Gargano come back and have DIY back together because Ciampa's going to get tired of the Miz? What are your thoughts? Do you think Johnny Gargano and Candice LeRae returns? And do you think Indy gets moved up to the main roster?
Yeah, I think Indy does get moved up. Indy's been doing nothing on NXT for months. So I don't see, there's not really a reason why Indy should stay there, in my opinion. Do I think Gargano and Candice go back to WWE? I've been saying that that's probably the smartest. I wouldn't say smart. I don't want to say it's the smartest move, but that's the most logical move, in my opinion, is that Gargano and Candice end up leaving and going back there. Or that they end up going back there for some reason. I mean, why wouldn't Triple H want Gargano specifically back with that company? So I would see them coming back, especially since they have a kid now. That's probably the best offer they'll probably get financially is through WWE, and Triple H will definitely hook them up so that they already have security based off of their NXT experience. So I believe that they'll come back. And if for the program,
which one would you rather see? The Wave back together or DIY back together?
I'd rather see the way back together because I don't want to start a tag team. I feel like just because based off of my history of watching these two, I feel like they're past that tag team point. And I don't want to see them brought back in as a tag team. I think you can establish Ciampa by himself without the Miz and get the way back together because the way I feel like they finished prematurely. So you can have the way come back and maybe play a foil to Ciampa, have the roles reversed with Johnny still being the heel against Ciampa, who's more of a face now. But that's what I would rather see. I'd rather have the way come back.
Well, Ciampa is really not a face. He's still technically a heel. He just
cut
a face promo. That was a face promo though that he cut.
Yeah.
I mean, Ciampa is just great. I'm glad they're letting this man cook, man. That's all we ever asked for. When you bring the NXT guys up, man, let them cook. Let them do their thing, man. That's what made them hot in the first place. Vince just called these guys up just to say, all right, I'm changing you up. Like, I don't like what you're doing. I'm changing your music, your gear. I'm changing all. Like, man, I was just think, man, yeah, let's not even. Because I was thinking today just randomly, Bearcat Lee, the gladiator for Cross. Like, what Vince did was take these Triple H guys that he knew were hot guys, took them away from NXT where they were hot, brought them up just to kill them off, just to devalue them, and then fire them. That's what he did with Triple H guys.
It wasn't his idea. That was the whole thing. It wasn't his idea. It wasn't working. So then that's what he would do. They would come up to the roster, and then he'd be like, well, this is going to be the gimmick that you're given. And if the gimmick that I create for you doesn't work for you, then it's not my fault. It's the audience just obviously doesn't like you. We'll try something new with you. And then the whole Bearcat Lee thing would made me mad because all the people that were watching were just like, oh yeah, Bearcat Lee, he's named after that black wrestler in the 60s. It's just and they all assumed that Keith Lee wanted that name. I'm just like, who do you think in that scenario backstage came up with the idea because there was a black wrestler named Bearcat that he should have that name? I guarantee you it wasn't Lee. And guess who was right later? Because Lee was just like, yeah, that wasn't me. I didn't want that name.
Yeah.
It's just like, come on, dog. But yeah, Vince was just fucking crazy.
I mean,
he been crazy. He was good. He was good and just
past his time, man.
Yeah, that's all it was.
And
he didn't want to adapt to nothing. So
this man really lived in his own universe. That's why it was the WWE universe. He lived in his own world. Like that, man. I'm telling you, like people have said it many times. Like, yeah, Vince don't watch nothing else. Vince lives in his own world, and that's proven to be fact.
Yeah, I was gonna say when you see all this stuff, that you definitely believe it. if like Triple H, like his company was doing so well because he literally he didn't have a choice.
Yeah,
Regal and them were literally going to PWG, to Evolve, to all these other places to Progress. So they were watching all sorts of different type of wrestling, and then they brought it back to NXT.
Yeah, like
that's why the wrestling was so good there. And then you have Vince over here on the main roster that's just like, yeah, what we're doing is great. Nobody's doing this. Oh, this is
it's a reason. It's a reason. Like, man, Vince know what he was doing. I feel like some of those characters, he like, this is my creation. But Vince bad. He did some horrible characters on purpose because he knew they wasn't gonna work, and that was his reason to get rid of them. So that's what Vince did. Vince didn't like Triple H getting that power. What up from Spain, man? Hey, welcome, man.
JLP was good, bro. How you doing?
JLP from Spain. I appreciate you watching, man.
So, I don't know if you noticed my picture for NXT.
Oh, I'll let, bruh. I knew you were gonna put that because I saw when she attacked her. I was like, oh my god, Dark is finna have a field day with this.
Oh wait, I can't wait. I'm
gonna just run down the card real quick, and then we can talk about everything. Let me make sure I ain't missed no comments.
KM says DIY with the question that you asked before, Dope. KM said he would rather have DIY because it's needed for the tag scene.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about the tag scene too, but that's what I'm saying. Like, either way, I'm good with either way because it looks like Triple H is trying to build a tag team division back up, and I'm gonna have a question later for the Usos as well, as far as like their titles. But let's get to NXT. Nikita Lyons defeated Kiana James in a one-on-one match after cutting the promo talking about her and Zoe Starks maybe on different paths backstage in NXT. But as far as the Raw, as far as the main roster, they on the same path as they will be fighting tomorrow, I believe. Or is it on SmackDown if they had a match, their tag match? Or they on a Raw bracket? They on a SmackDown bracket, so it'll be Friday.
Okay.
That they have their match. So Dynamite. It's funny how you all of a sudden hate Nikita Lyons all of a sudden when you use the main one thirsty over her, but let's keep it moving. She posted a picture on social media, by the way, that was crazy, but I'm not gonna go there. Yeah, it was. Yeah, okay. Wesley defeated Trick Williams in a rounds match. I was up and down with this match.
This match was literally a NXT UK heritage match. That's the rules, same rules, everything. But 2 out of 3 falls, 6 minutes to each round, and whoever can get except they went to 5 rounds instead of 6, right?
No, there was. Let me see. I think there were 3.
There was only 3 rounds.
Yeah, it was 3.
Okay, so they didn't even go in a Heritage Cup match. There's 6, but same rules basically. So I was watching this and I was just like, yeah, this is literally the same type of match as a Heritage Cup match. So
yeah, I didn't like the boxing part. It was the punches.
That was real dumb. Yeah.
And I was like, okay, Brawl for All is back. What the hell going on right here? And it's because they weren't even like. If you go hit each other in the shoulders in the area, kind of sell it a little bit, like actually connect. Don't be doing this soft punching. And I didn't like that, but the other parts started getting entertaining, and I was like, I started off saying this was bad. I literally said, I was like, this is bad, and then it started getting better. So I mean, it was what it was. They tried something new. I can't get mad at them for trying something new.
I just hope that what's his face doesn't stick with this boxer gimmick. Trick,
yeah. Especially when your finisher move is like a Trouble in Paradise kick.
Yeah.
Why would you be doing this boxing thing? I know you love Muhammad Ali. We get it. Cool. But Wesley defeated Trick Williams in that match. Moving on, Giovanni challenged Carmelo Hayes to a North American title match at NXT Heatwave, which will be fire. I can't wait to see that match.
King, one of the Coffee brothers is the Heritage Cup champion right now. It's not Joe. I can't remember the other 2 brothers, but one of the brothers won the Heritage Cup from Tyler Bates. So,
Ariana Grace defeated Thea Hall in a one-on-one match. Thea Hall from Chase U finally got her first match, and she took an L after getting into it with Grace backstage at the Chase U University. Apollo Crews and Roddy Strong put on one of the best matches of the week, as Apollo Crews took out Roddy Strong. We go backstage a couple of times. Lash Legend is talking to Malik Blade and Idris, whatever his last name is, ears off backstage. The whole show, she is talking, I won, I beat this and this and that. They like annoyed. I'm like, why didn't you just walk away? She's been talking for 30 minutes. Then, what's the tag team? Pretty Deadly come in and they join up together. I'm like, oh, this might be a dope little faction if they do it right, because they are all annoying, but they all annoying in a funny way.
Entertaining way, yeah.
Yeah, so let's keep it moving. I'm gonna give you the whole card, and then this pissed me off. Because I thought that this was supposed to be a match to sell it this week, and they end up talking with each other. They end up meeting to talk. Santos Escobar and Tony D'Angelo came to terms on the street fight. And I was like, wait, you already came to terms the week before on the phone. So you came to terms on the phone a week before, and then you go meet up like you're about to fight, and then just to come to terms again? Like a move? What? You already did this. So anyway,
well, that wasn't even the most ridiculous part of that whole thing. I'll get to that in my recap, but yeah, go ahead.
Then Pretty Deadly defeated Malik Blade and Idris. Zoe Starks defeated Cora Jade, and then Mandy got involved, and she nailed Mandy so hard. She dropped her hard with that damn knee.
Listen, for a second, I didn't even think Mandy was wearing pants. Man, what she was wearing. I'm not even trying to. I'm just saying. But hey, go ahead, continue.
Yeah, I skipped ahead as far as matches. Let's go backstage. Cameron Grimes is trying to leave the NXT arena. He ended up running into Solo, who Solo just found out that he's out for a couple of weeks with a knee injury. And then Cameron Grimes just kind of talked to him, and Solo made a line. He said something like, yeah, I got to win that title for guys like us. And Cameron Grimes' face and whole demeanor just changed, and he just walked off. So I don't know exactly what to think about that. I don't know what.
Just walk away.
I don't know what Cameron Grimes is. I don't know what they're doing with him as far as that. Braun Breaker. Nah, we did that last week. You don't need to talk about that. They're fighting next week at Heatwave. Let's just say that. Braun versus JD.
That's it.
Wendy Choo pops up behind Tiffany Stratton in this random dark room that she's always in for whatever reason.
What was Stratton doing? What was she doing? What was she doing?
She's mad.
What? Tiffany Stratton wasn't doing anything, dope. What was she doing?
She's mad because I guess Tiffany beat her a month ago, and she's still mad about it. She hasn't been able to sleep, so that's what it is. She got to get revenge. She's not going to be able to sleep until she beats Tiffany Stratton again. So that's NXT. Go ahead and start where you want to start.
Yeah, we'll start off with this since we're here. I'm just saying, if you can all see the footage right beside me, you can see a Tiffany Stratton right over here. She is in a moment of bliss right now. She's feeling herself. She thought she was done with her night. She was coming down here to just calm down before leaving her place of work, and then going to just probably chill with her friends. Maybe see her baby niece that might have been just born. I don't know what she was gonna do. It's Tiffany Stratton, guys. But yeah, there's a menacing figure behind her. If you guys can't see, who is that? Who is that, Dub? Who's behind Tiffany Stratton?
That's good old Wendy Choo.
Wendy Choo. Wendy Choo, ladies and gentlemen, look at that. A bully right behind her. Nothing but a bully. This is what we don't tolerate over here. We need to get her ass out of NXT. This is unacceptable. Why are you going to be attacking people like this because you lost a match? Refocus yourself. Bully. Refocus your energy.
That's messed up.
This NXT not Barney. Whole lot of gang shit. This is just foul. Lizard, you go join her. You go get in your dinosaur onesie and you go join her. Get out of here.
Wow, not the dinosaur onesie, bro.
For the rest
next time parking lot. That shit was. Yeah, that parking lot is crazy. We got a thug from Dynamite J. Like, look, he got a puppy emoji up on the screen. This is your fault.
So the rest of the show though, Zoe Stark and Cora Jade. Anytime we see Cora Jade get her ass whooped, I'm happy. So Zoe Stark getting the win, that was dope. Do you see her winning this match against Mandy? Because
I told you last week I'll see her winning because I think Toxic Attraction. Which, you know what? So why are they not in a tag tournament?
Yeah, that was a weird one. I don't know why they chose a random tag team rather than a actual tag team to put in that tournament. That didn't make sense either. I saw a lot of people mentioning that on Twitter too. I was like, yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Zoe Starks and Nikita especially. That's random as hell.
Yeah, like what? That's who you picked out from NXT. Hell, even put the NXT tag champions in there. That would have made it interesting. You got the NXT tag champions going up and trying to fight for the main roster champions, even if they lose, which we know they would because they on NXT. But still, that would have made it interesting. At least that's a real team, and they got championship credit behind them.
I'm saying.
So
yeah, no, I would have. Yeah, I don't know. That didn't make any sense. I would have put the Toxic Attraction up there. The Roderick Strong Apollo match was the best match on the show bar none.
Yeah.
And the stuff with Roderick and the Diamond Mine was hilarious because the Creed brothers were backstage watching some footage and they found something right at the point that Roderick had come into the room, and And I don't know which Creed. I can't tell the Creed brothers apart. But one of them tells Roderick, the one that's in the feud with Roderick, he tells Roderick, he's just like, we just saw something on the camera that looked kind of suspicious, and we'll show you right now. And Roderick's just like, what the hell are you talking about? You were not there for my match. Oh, I'm so mad. He picks up the laptop and just breaks it on the ground.
Just destroyed it. Like, bro, what is happening?
I was like, what the hell? I was laughing my ass off. I was like, oh, Lord. This is foul, bro. Why y'all doing this? This is foul.
I got to play it for the people that's not on Dark's stream. So when he's pointing, this is what he's pointing at.
Exactly. Watch. Walking backstage. Look, she just wants to chill. She's like, look, now I can finally relax. Now I can finally look, Menace.
Turn off the lights.
Turns off the lights. Why?
Hey man, she didn't do nothing but help her take a nap, man. That's all she did, man. She didn't do nothing damn. She just helped her take a nap. That's all it was.
It's disrespectful.
That's all it was, man. So
what was it? Trying to look at the rest of the matches that are here. Giovanni and Carmelo Hayes next week is going to be freaking baller. They had a one-on-one interaction here, which kind of made me nervous because the way that it was going, it seemed like they were setting up Nathan Frazier interrupting the match next week, which I hope to God that doesn't happen. I don't want any interference with this match, but I'm assuming something's going to happen next week because I don't think that Carmelo's going to win clean. But yeah, at the end of their promo, they started like trading back and forth reversals, and this sequence looked fantastic. So I am so ready for these two to get in the ring together. Wasn't a huge fan of Wesley and Trick Williams, I was a fan of Wesley and Trick Williams, but the boxing thing, like I said before, not great. Already spoke on the Lash Legend thing with Pretty Deadly. Final thing I'll talk about is the Santos Escobar, Tony D'Angelo agreement thing that they had. I thought that this was, I had to watch this for the show. So when I watched this, I thought that this is just a waste of time. I felt like they were talking in circles. At one point during this conversation, I shit you not, Tony D'Angelo says, "Hey, Jefe, I'm the boss." Now, I don't speak perfect Spanish. All right? It's kind of a little shoddy, but I'm pretty sure that Jefe means boss. So why is Tony saying, "Hey, boss, I'm the boss"? What sense does that make? I thought that was real stupid. I was just like, come on, just let's have this match. Let's make this be done. And I thought that Santos, agreeing to these stipulations was also real stupid. Essentially, if Santos loses, he loses Legado del Fantasma. And if Tony wins, he doesn't even have to... Oh, no. If Santos loses, he has to leave NXT. He's gone. And if Tony loses, then he just has to leave them alone.
Yeah. So which means Santos unless he's getting called up, Santos is most likely winning.
Which I just thought that was a stupid stipulation. Why would Santos agree to that? It's just like, how about if you lose, you have to leave as well? I was just like, what?
Yeah.
Santos just kind of agreed to this. I was just like, you are a terrible negotiator. How are you the leader of a gang? Anyways.
So do you think that means Santos is getting called up and he actually does lose this?
No, because of the way that it was. Because they said that if Santos loses, the rest of Legado del Fantasma has to stay with Tony D'Angelo. So Santos would have to go up by himself. I don't know what he would do unless he goes up and they put him with Los Lotharios. That could work.
Ooh.
Wow. Yeah, but you know what? That could happen. Actually, now that I'm saying that out loud. Oh man, that would be actually way better. I would like that a lot more.
Skipping to Friday, they are starting a feud with the male models at LA Knight. So that'll be 3-on-3 right there.
And Santos might lose. That's a possibility. I did not think of Los Lotharios literally until just now.
I'd rather him stay with. I'd rather them bring them up as a faction. So I hope that don't happen.
Yeah.
I hope that don't happen. So that is it for NXT. Let's get our rundown of Dynamite, and then we're gonna get into SmackDown and Rampage.
Okay. Dynamite from Minneapolis, Minnesota. Quake by the Lake, excuse me. So we started off with a coffin match. Brody King versus Darby Allin.
Boy, that's
So, just a little backstory. So, I was playing some type of video game or something like that. So I came into Dynamite late, about 3 minutes late, just 3 minutes. And as soon as I turn on Dynamite, Brody King is bleeding buckets.
Yes.
Like
From
man's face is drenched in blood. Apparently, at the beginning of the match, Darby Allin blasted Brody King in the face with what is it called? A thumbtack filled with what is it called? A thumbtack skateboard that he normally carries around.
Yeah.
And that just annihilated Brody. The match goes on. At one point of the match, what is the group called? The House of Black is beating up on Darby with the returning Buddy Matthews, who showed up for the first. We haven't seen Buddy Matthews in a while, but he shows back up.
Right.
They go to put him into the coffin. But when they open the coffin, Sting's already there. Which I thought was
like
hilarious.
Sting stood, he's laying there the whole time.
The whole time he's been in there. So I was thinking, like, what if like Darby was at an advantage in this match and he went to end the match and then just opens it and his Uncle Sting is there? That would have been hilarious. So Sting gets out of there. He puts the bat to Matthews, takes him out, and then he gets in Malachi's face. Malachi and Sting end up walking up the ramp and just leaving the match back to Brody King and Darby Allin. Brody King tries to Darby Allin ends up getting the advantage and he gets a chain and starts choking Brody King the same way that Brody King choked him out during that battle royal. And King just kind of drops to the floor and bounces right into the coffin, and the coffin just closes by itself. It was a really interesting way to end that the match ended.
Yeah.
What did you think of the match?
I mean, it was a typical Darby casket. I'm about to say casket. Coffin match. It was bloody. It was crazy. They did a whole bunch of crazy things. Sting showed up. I can't believe they got this man to fall perfectly in the coffin like he did.
It was
perfect. That was crazy. Yeah, but Sting looked like he was struggling a little bit to get up out that coffin. He couldn't do that. He couldn't quite get that Undertaker sit up anymore. I don't know if y'all noticed that, so I laughed at that. And then I was like, well, are they doing... Do you think they actually setting up a match between Sting and Malachi Black?
It's just so,
like he fell right in the coffin, and then and the lid went right down.
Yep.
So do you think they're actually setting up a Sting and Malachi Black match?
Not unless it's a cinematic match. There's no way that those two can go one-on-one in an actual ring. If it's a cinematic thing, then yes, I can 100% see a cinematic match between Malachi and Sting, but not a actual one-on-one in the ring match. That would be insane. You would have to pull off a crap ton of bells and whistles if you're gonna pull off a singles match with Sting at this point of his career. So,
Adam, to answer your question, because you waited right until we was done with NXT to start asking NXT questions. Any title change to Takeover? I think Zoe Stark is gonna become the new women's title. So, the women's champion.
You think they bring up Toxic Attraction after she wins?
They should,
if
especially when you got the tag division you're trying to build up again. Bring a legit tag team up. That's what I'm saying. There's nothing else for them to do. I keep saying this. There's nothing else for them to do on NXT. They've beaten everybody. So even Mandy, she's beating everybody. Mm-hmm. Like she's fighting people twice now, and Toxic Attraction was fighting people twice now. So yeah, I think we get a new champion. Zoe Stark is going to be the new champ. Mandy and Toxic Attraction hopefully gets moved up. And put them on SmackDown because SmackDown needs them more. So I
was gonna say, having the Toxic Attraction on SmackDown when you have Bayley's faction, I think they're calling themselves Control. That's what it seems like, at least on Twitter. But having them on Raw and having the Toxic Attraction on SmackDown, I think that'd be great, especially come Survivor Series. So, which, by the way, I'm just throwing this out into the universe. I've been saying this to my friends, but I hope to God that we get done with this SmackDown versus Raw Survivor Series bullshit, and then we can go back to normal face versus heel 5v5 elimination match.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that at the end of the show too.
Well.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about it because that was one of the things that I randomly thought about as well. Because I was like, wait, well, Survivor Series might be different. And I was going to ask you another question about maybe them possibly bringing NXT back up to Survivor Series and getting some of them mixed in if they decide to keep it brand versus brand. But we'll talk about it at the end. Go ahead with you.
Moxley has a interim title. Moxley has a promo talking about how he wants to rename the interim title the FYI title, and that he's gonna break Jericho's body. We have a tornado tag match. La Facción in Grenobles against the Lucha Brothers. This match was freaking crazy. Dope, did you get to see this?
Yeah, that match was fire, man.
Holy smokes. So these guys just go off. Like, these guys are from Mexico, which this is the type of shit that they excel at. It's just nonstop, just nothing but there was one point where Ray Phoenix, or what's his name, Pentagon Jr. was going for a Penta driver. And so Phoenix was gonna scale the rope to hit it, but what's his name? Andrade comes in and stops him, and Rush gets the advantage for their team. Andrade then takes Pentagon's mask and ties it on the bottom rope. They go for a cover, and the only way that Pentagon can stop the 3 count is by removing his mask. And so he removes his mask to stop the cover. So he has no mask on. Alex Abrahantes is on the outside. He gets a replacement mask for Penta. He throws it into the ring, but Andrade is already standing up, and he just steps right on Pentagon's hand. He takes the mask and he throws it into the crowd. Then the crowd starts chanting, "Throw it back."
Wow.
Which I was like, hell no.
Did.
Like, if I had that mask, I would not be throwing it back. Hell no.
You're right.
So yeah, Pentagon ends up getting taken out of the match completely. They throw him out of the ring. And then after that, Ray Phoenix is in the corner. Rush hits this nasty shotgun dropkick to a seated Phoenix in the corner. And Andrade hits the DDT and they get the win. So giving La Facción de Grenobles a good start as a team together.
They might be the favorites, man, to grab those titles, man. Like, they look good. They look great. So,
well, what happened? They would announce the tournament later, but I guess I'll just do that right now.
I skipped ahead. My bad.
No, it's all good. It's all good. So they announced that there was going to be a trios championship tournament last week. This week we got the brackets. So on the left side of the bracket, we have Death Triangle going up against. This was the first thing on the bracket. Death Triangle against Will Ospreay in the Aussie Open as the first match on that bracket. Then we had Andrade El Idolo, Dragon Lee, and Rush, which I had told Ernest when we were at the venue. I was saying I was hopeful that Dragon Lee would join that faction since Dragon Lee and Rush are brothers in real life. Mm-hmm. And they were in the Los Ingobernables faction when they were in AAA. So it seems like he's joining this faction. And they'll be going up against the Young Bucks and a mystery opponent next week. House of Black versus the Dark Order. And Hangman Page said he would be in the Dark Order's corner. And the Trustbusters against the Best Friends. And we would be introduced to the Trustbusters later in the night. And as well on Friday as well.
What up, noob?
What did you think about this tournament bracket when you saw it? And who do you think the mystery partner for the Bucks is going to be?
I mean, a lot of people say Kenny Omega's. Noob just said it. He said possibly Kenny Omega. A lot of people think Kenny Omega is coming back, and I'm like, ain't that kind of early for him to come back from all those injuries and surgeries that he had? I thought he wasn't supposed to come back to like October, November.
He's been gone since November.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna take all the way up to October and November for him to come back. So I mean, he could be coming back. Hey, I wouldn't be mad at it. Like I said, when Kenny comes back, if he's fully healthy, it's a different beast. So, I mean, if it gotta be him. Like, who else would it really be that'll just really get the crowd over like that?
Oh man,
I can't think of nobody unless they just pull some miracle and bring AJ or Finn Balor in and be like, hey, yeah, Bullet Club, this and that. No, I don't see that happening. So it gotta be Kenny Omega. So Push Play, what's good, my guy?
That'll be interesting. Push, what's up, man? How you doing? Yeah, I'm thinking that it's possibly gonna be what is it called? It's gonna be Kenny too, unless they're trying to play to some angle right now. I think it's definitely gonna be Kenny next week. The only thing that I was thinking of is that maybe because at the end of I'll go over this segment and then I'll say what I was thinking. So the next segment that we had was the Young Bucks are with Brandon Cutler. They're telling him to record everything. So they go back and they meet Hangman and the Dark Order. Matt Jackson goes into a speech about how he says he was proud of the Hangman and the best times in his life for when they were with Hangman, and that maybe the trolls on the internet were right. That he asked that maybe the fame got to him. He asked Hangman to reunite with them and calling themselves the Hung Bucks. As back during their ROH days. Hangman says that he would, but he's going to be in the Dark Order's corner because when he needed the Young Bucks the most, the people that were in his corner when he won the title and everything, that was the Dark Order, not them. So he's going to be in their corner during this tournament. So I was thinking that possibly, I think that this is going to lead to somebody on the Dark Order at some point getting hurt. Hangman's going to have to come in to keep the Dark Order into the tournament and play substitute. And I think we're probably going to get the Elite versus the Dark Order in the finals of the tournament if Kenny is the person coming back with the Young Bucks.
Well, we're definitely getting a victory by the Elite there. Which is
what they wanted. This was the plan the whole time.
I wish they had put a swerve in it though, because that's too predictable.
They could have the Dark Order win. A win by the Dark Order over these three would be huge too.
That would be very huge.
And the Dark Order has not won any gold.
Yeah, exactly. So I would love to see it.
There you go. I think it's two possibilities of this match right here. The other thing I was saying is that there's also this fact of everything that happened last week with the Undisputed Elite or the Undisputed Era, I guess, since they're kind of branched off. So what is that going to be like when they come back at 100% too? Because now you're getting a bunch of these power players coming back, and it's a whole new dynamic down here. Match number 3 was Luchasaurus against poor old Anthony Henry. Goodness gracious. I hated to see this. Luchasaurus, it was just a squash match.
This man still has his old music, man, and the black mask and all that. So
yeah,
that's something to look out for. That's all I'm gonna say on that.
So Jungle Boy was out with Luchasaurus. Christian is on the Tron talking to Jungle Boy. So Jungle Boy just Christian says something snarky, and Jungle Boy just books it right to the backstage. He tries to get to Christian, and he can't because of security. Luchasaurus comes and just annihilates all of security, and then Pat Buck comes back. I told you guys that Pat Buck was the guy that Nia Jax got laid out by week after week. Well, guess who's doing it now? Luchasaurus. So Luchasaurus just laid out Pat Buck, and after the match, or after that happens, I noticed that Jungle Boy kind of looked at Luchasaurus. He's like, yo, man, you didn't have to do all of that. And then he just started running after Christian again. So I don't know if you noticed that, Joe, but I thought that was pretty interesting. They already seem to be planning something.
Yeah, I didn't see that look. I'm about to see it now. I remember him looking confused when Christian got on the Tron, like he couldn't see it from his angle from that table.
Ty, what's up, man? How you doing?
He say Pat is the glass cannon for every giant.
Noob, he really is. He really is.
And yeah, as you see, he takes off full speed.
He almost got him.
Almost got him.
Oh, he almost got him.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about now because he did choke slam him, I believe, right?
There it is, and here, there he is.
Yeah,
and Pat Buck is right there. Boom!
Hey, with the horns, bro.
Look, he's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? And then he goes right after Christian.
Yeah,
Christian's
make
like,
sure he's okay. Make sure he's okay. I didn't mean to stop, Shane. Damn
Yeah.
it. Pushed the wrong button. But okay.
But after this, we had oh my god, we had a fantastic promo by Miro, who was talking about how he was talking about his god, this, that, and the third. All of a sudden, Julia Hart just shows up, she puts his hand on like his shoulder, and she's telling him to use the gift that their creator has given him. And when he does this, Miro's just like, there's only one woman that can put her hands on me, and you are not her. And he's just like, and I'm gonna use the powers that your creator has given me to destroy him and your whole faction. I was like, golly, I thought these two were great together, man. Miro just, golly, bro, like, I don't know how they messed up the bag so many times. It wasn't once, because this guy came back from the depths the second time, and Vince still tried to push this man back down to the grave. Like, this guy is so money. How do you mess this up? It's crazy.
Hey, man, it's too bad Triple H didn't get there earlier, man. That's all I can say. And, speaking of Vince, it's still stuff coming out with Vince. There's even more money now.
Oh yeah, well,
even more money now.
There's gonna be more. If they keep looking, they'll keep finding it. It's not gonna stop until they stop, because I guarantee you it'll get up to 200 million.
Yeah.
If you look hard enough. Up next we had Jay Lethal, Sanjay Dutt, and Satnam Singh come out demanding a rematch, or Lethal was demanding a rematch for Wardlow's title. Wardlow said he would give them a rematch, and then he comes down with FTR. They run them away from the ring, and I don't know if you noticed this, but I think there was supposed to be some type of prop underneath the ring, because Sanjay Dutt was looking underneath the ring for something, and he couldn't find it. So then he went to like the other side, and he still couldn't find it, and Jay Lethal just kind of got back into the ring and took a spinebuster and a big rig. I thought that was weird watching it the first time, because I was just like, why the fuck would Jay Lethal just get right back in the ring for no reason? If you go to the end of the video, you can see it. Like, they just get, like, he's looking for something and he can't find it. But yeah, after that we had. Oh
yeah, I see it. Yep.
Yeah, he's looking for it. He can't find it. And then he ends up getting back in there. So he just runs in because that's what they were supposed to do. So, but yeah, after
probably
this
a steel chair or something like that. They would like some type of quick weapon to hit him with.
After this, the JAS and Anna were backstage. Anna chokes out someone again. When I was watching this, I actually was thinking, I was just like, you know what? If Ever Rise was still in NXT 2.0, they'd probably be a real good fit with Tony D'Angelo. They would be perfect. That would be the perfect faction if they were in NXT 2.0. I would love that group. But hey, now they're doing bigger and better things with Jericho. Ricky Starks versus Aaron Solo with the Factory. They were playing off of their backstory of Ricky Starks and Aaron Solo being a legit tag team back on the independent scene. Ricky Starks takes out Aaron Solo with a huge spear, gets the win. After this, Nick Camarado comes down to the ring to try and hit Ricky Starks with a chair. He swings, misses, and gets hit with a big spine buster. And then the rest of the Factory comes down. Ricky Starks goes up to the ring, starts playing his guitar. He was hugging children. Ricky is the man of the people now. This guy's going to be a fantastic face. Good Lord. What, did you have anything to say?
Nah, I'm good. Go ahead.
Up next, we had a TBS title match. Jade Cargill up against Madison Rayne. I thought this match was just kind of here. It was nice seeing Jade on TV. And she was wearing that jacket. Like I had said before, she's worn this jacket before. And Becky tried to steal that look. Didn't work out for her because, look, Jade had to remind people. It's just like, yeah, I'm that ish. And yeah, killed Madison Rayne in a quick match. And I don't really have much to say after that. Chris Statlander. Go ahead.
Now, yeah, she won the match and she was attacked by Athena. Anyway, she was attacked by Athena at the end, and then Athena tweeted out, thanks to what, that was horrible, but thanks to what's the other girl that's trying to be a baddie? What's her name?
Leah? Leah? Is it
it's something with an L, something like that.
something? Yeah.
But she tweeted out, "Thanks for the invite," or something like that. So made it seem like she's the reason that Athena was able to come behind her like that and attack Jade. So I wonder if Layla Gray. So I wonder if they're gonna. I wonder if that's a story that they're telling, that hey, Layla was trying to get him from the inside, or she felt disrespected and she just, that's her retaliation, I guess.
You think that Athena takes the title at All Out?
We had when Get the Tables was on a while back. Speaking of Get the Tables, he's in the chat. Shout out to Get the Tables. Look, he comes in talking about. You gotta stop. You gotta stop with these women. Get the Tables. And Madison Rain was supposed to get a good match out of Jade, not the opposite way. It's supposed to be Madison Rain getting the thing out of Jade. But hey, we talked about this. I thought if anybody's gonna beat her, it should be Athena, because that's like one of the biggest names and the most legit athletes in the women's division for AEW right now. And I can actually believe that Athena can beat Jade. I wouldn't be mad. Get Tables. We about to time you out. We're not about to do this with you today. Coming in here with this foolishness.
Becky Lynch, 100% get the table.
Stop. Not even close. Madison Rain cannot touch Becky Lynch. Man, stop. Back to what I was saying. Athena is the one that could be the one that actually beat Jade, and it's believable because Athena is a beast and she could go. So, and she's physical as hell. So, and athletic and strong for her size. So, yeah, that's that. I think she does win it. Actually, somebody got to do it, because if Athena don't, who they go bring in to beat it? Jade, Britt Baker. Stop. So, hopefully it is Athena.
Yeah, I hope so too. I want her to win this title. I was saying, I think Get the Tables had brought up something. I can't remember what he said, but he brought up some type of scenario about Jade retiring the title. I think that's what it was, and not losing. Which I said I would be a fan of that if it came to her retiring the title and then Athena, them carrying this rivalry over towards the main title. Because right now, my whole thing has been that right now, Jade, with her run right now, it feels like this title feels more important than the main title. So if they had that focus on the main title, if you wanted to do that, I would have been fine with it. But I do think that Athena, at the end of the day, yeah, she needs to be the one that takes any title off of off of Jade. So, but if they're gonna do it with this one, then yeah, it needs to be her. So,
DJ Black on YouTube, what's good? Thank you for joining. Get 4-man booth All Out. Most likely Get the Tables. New. You saying she barely beat Asuka like that was a bad thing? Asuka was a beast at the time Ember Moon was going head to head with Asuka. So she's way more elevated than what Jade is right now. Asuka was what, 2 years straight almost undefeated in NXT and main roster?
Never lost. She was
in
the main roster.
I'm trying to add the before she finally lost on the main roster. What was it, like 2 years? About 2.5 years? So yeah, man. Yeah, stop. Jay dropping the title to go after the world title. Okay. Yeah, that could be 523 days. There you go, Push. Jay needs to be the new Storm. Facts, DJ. But go ahead, Dart.
We got to the main event. Actually, we had an update from Tony Schiavone. Chris Statlander is having some more surgery done on her other knee. Apparently, she had surgery done on one knee, so now she's gonna get her surgery done on a second knee. That's been irritating her. So, and then we were with Storm and Thunder Rosa, where they were kind of basically just like talking each other up, but at the end of the day, they basically said that they're probably gonna have to fight again because Storm is gonna want that title. So, we went to the
it only makes sense.
We went to the main event, the interim World Heavyweight Championship match. Jon Moxley against Lionheart, Chris Jericho. Their second match in the promotion. This was a really good match for the main event. It came down to, so at the end of near the end of the match, Jericho ended up taking off one turnbuckle, Aubrey saw that, so she wanted to put that on. He went and took off a second turnbuckle and threw it to the ground. So she went to go and grab the turnbuckles. Sammy Guevara, with the world's worst throw, takes a baseball bat and just throws it right over Jericho's head. Lands on the outside. The camera goes right back to what's his name? Oh, this is gonna show the next scene. The camera goes to what's his name? Sammy Guevara, and he's like, oh shit, like he's like, I definitely overthrew that. How did
Aubrey not see that damn bat?
Jericho,
she see everything else, but she didn't see that bat.
Yeah. Jericho nailed Moxley with the bat, got a 2 count. Crowd was going crazy. Moxley ends up applying the bulldog choke, a standing bulldog choke. Jericho's able to get out of it. Has something, I think he has the walls applied, and Moxley throws him into the exposed top turnbuckle, which gets Jericho leaking from his head. It looked like it might have been like hard way because it didn't make sense for him to be bleeding that quickly. Jericho then went into the Lion Tamer. That's when you could really see that he was busted open. There was just blood spilling all over his face. Then like there was blood spilling all over his chest when Moxley turned it around. Got him in the bulldog choke, and goodness gracious. Like the end of this match turned into a super bloodbath. Jericho taps out to Moxley. Moxley retains. Then we got to the stuff after the match where the Appreciation Society comes out to beat up Moxley. Then the Blackpool Combat Club comes out. We're getting a big brawl. I was watching this with Ernest, and at this point I was just like, dog, we just saw this ending like a couple of weeks ago before the ROH pay-per-view. I was like, not a fan of it. I was like, I straight up told him, I was just like, yeah, I don't like this. But
get the tables didn't like it either. I was in a stream when this happened.
Oh yeah. But it was actually served a purpose because CM Punk's music hit and this crowd went fucking crazy. He came down to the ring, cleared house, and the only person left in the ring after this was Moxley and Punk. Punk is gets right in Moxley's face. They have a stare down. Moxley has the title over his belt, or over his shoulder, and he flips off Punk, and then he leaves the ring. And Punk is doing hopscotch in the ring, and then kind of sits in a Indian style. So that was the end of the show. Like we had a big return from CM Punk going into All Out. So
crowd going crazy. Now let me ask you: did he look 100%, or did he look like he was still limping a little bit? As far as your eyes, what did you see when you saw CM Punk?
I didn't notice anything. I noticed a lot of people taking footage and slowing it down and saying, "Oh, he doesn't look all right."
Yeah, I wasn't doing all that.
Yeah, I didn't notice anything too crazy. Like I know he was at Comic-Con the other day saying that he's like, "Oh man, I can barely walk. I have days where I can just barely get out of bed." Like this didn't look like that at all. So, and that was just like a couple of days ago that happened, that he was saying that. So, but so I didn't notice anything too crazy. You said Jericho's best match in AEW. That was a good match.
Yeah,
it was a really good
match was fire. Jericho, man. Listen, we don't like everything he does and says. But this man, you gotta get this man credit. He's 51 now? And he's out here like just doing everything. But when I saw it, I was like, all right, he might be 75, 80%. He's good enough to do runouts, and he's good enough to do what he did basically for a couple of weeks, and he probably won't be 100% up until the actual week of the pay-per-view. That's how I saw it. Like I don't think he's 100% ready for a match yet until All Out actually gets here, which is how long is that from now?
I think All Out's the 9th, so we are just a few 3 weeks away. We're 3 weeks away.
Yeah, so that's how I looked at it when I saw him. I was like, okay, he's good enough to do runouts and brawls, but I still don't think he's 100% yet. But I feel like he will be, the next three weeks or so. So I think they're gonna have him
September 4th. Oh, good lord!
It's the 4th. Oh, okay.
Okay, so we have Yeah.
But I love this moment right here by Mox flicking him off. Don't give a F. He knew CM Punk was behind him, then shoved him like, "Hey man, I don't care. I don't care that you're here. Like I'm the champ. I'm the one walking around here with this belt."
Look, since this was awesome for me. Look at Cesaro. Yeah,
Claudio. Yeah,
Claudio was fucking hype as hell. Like this is atmosphere. He was lit. He was lit off of that. He was just like, "This is dope." And like, yeah, that part made me pop. I was like, "Damn!" Like Cesaro or Claudio's really, really happy with this.
And look, Punk is like, "Yeah, I'm good. I'm good." Which, like I said, I think he's about 80% right now. I still don't think he's quite at 100% to be trying to do like springboards and the stuff that he does off the top rope. Like I'm still a little nervous. If he tried to do that right now, I would have been like, oh, you all right? You all right? You know. So I don't think we see him in like a match or nothing until September 4th, which is perfectly fine with me.
That's fine.
But that is AEW, man. Fire show. You got anything else on it?
I do not. No. Yeah, let's get into SmackDown. I will be right back. If you want to give me 1 second.
All right. Let me get my SmackDown stuff loaded up while you're doing that. And just want to give a shout out to everybody that's watching on Twitch and YouTube. Shout out to y'all. And I forgot to do this. I'm sorry. I keep forgetting to do this. If you want to join the show and add your 2 cents in, Val, there is the link right there. You can feel free to join the show. I'm going to take Dark's thing off the screen until he comes back, till I see him pop up. Look, me being a guy that's not focused right now, I don't even have my SmackDown notes up right now. Let me pull that up real quick. SmackDown was a good show. AEW was a good show. Hold on, let me get these SmackDown notes up. Damn, I am tripping today, y'all. That's how you know I'm not happy about going back to work tomorrow, man. I am not happy about going back to work. Sitting there thinking about this. Yeah, Liz, if he do another buckshot, it's a wrap, bro. So definitely don't try that. So let's get to SmackDown. We started off with Raquel Rodriguez and Aaliyah taking out Xia Li and Shotzi to move on in the women's tag team championship tournament. What you say? Get to say did you guys say you think the mystery? Yeah, we said Kenny Omega, because who else would it be? Who else would it be? Like, can't think of nobody else. Like who? That's what the whole build-up is for. So who else would it possibly be outside of Kenny Omega? Tony. Nasty Dunk said Kota Ibushi. I doubt it. That would be dope though, because it'd be something different, but I doubt it. So let's see. I'm trying to make sure I don't miss no comment. He said same. I mean, hey, if it is Kota, I wouldn't be mad at it at all. I just don't think it is. I feel like this whole build up from day one has been, once they get the trio title, it's gonna be Young Bucks it's gonna be Young Bucks and Kenny Omega being the first team to win it. So that's how I pictured it, and I think that's what it's gonna be. I don't see them doing nothing else with it. So yeah, let's keep it moving. Shotzi and Xia Li takes the L to Raquel and Aaliyah. I did not like that at all. Did not like that happening. I wanted Shotzi and Xia to win. I'm not really huge on Aaliyah right now. Usos ambushed Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre came back to the ring. First of all, I'm skipping ahead. Let's go backstage. Cross is cutting a promo, and this promo is absolute fire. This promo is absolute fire that Cross cut, and he told a lot of truth. Cross got there and said, Drew McIntyre, Roman Reigns, you are the chosen ones. And basically he was like, it must be nice being the chosen ones. I've been cast out. Me and my wife were fired. We were pushed to the side, and we didn't complain. We waited to the perfect opportunity to come back, and we did. Now we attacked. Then the camera pans as Cross is looking over to Drew McIntyre about to make his way to the ring. Basically,
like
to let
this
you
a
know,
lot.
basically let you know that I could have got Drew again right then and there if I wanted to get him. But the whole promo was fire. He told a lot of truth. Drew came out to the ring, no sword, ladies and gentlemen, no kilt, I believe. I didn't see a kilt as well. So let's go, man. I like that. No sword, take away that stupid gimmick that Vince had this man doing. And then he's distracted by Scarlett, and the Usos came in and just took Drew out. It was crazy. It was crazy. Moving on, Kofi Kingston tried to he actually did blindside the Viking Raiders. I was looking at it as we got Kofi Kingston championship series Kofi Kingston back. I wasn't really mad at this I wasn't mad at this because they all kind of got their licks in on this. Of course, Kofi got his licks in, and he proved to be not scared of the Viking Raiders. But at the end of the day, it's 1-on-2. It's 2-on-1. The Viking Raiders are built up to be this badass team, so they end up taking Kofi out. Ivar Land, this guy is standing on the barricade. Like, what? This big man is standing on the barricade. He nails Kofi with a big splash. We come back. We got two jobbers in the ring. I don't know what Pat McAfee was doing. Pat McAfee was just going crazy with these jobbers, talking about how bad they're about to get whooped. And then you hear Hit Row come to the ring, and crowd went crazy. They kept showing the black people, like Dark pointed out on Twitter, which was funny. I laughed at it, and I get why. Those are the people that's dancing.
They did it with Apollo though too this week.
I'm about to go back and look at
Apollo won his match, and the first thing they did was show two black people in the front in the crowd. I was like, "What the hell is going on?"
Oh wow! I'm about to go back and look at that. I didn't notice that one.
Yeah,
but
this has been happening all week.
Yeah, so much for getting AJ Francis on the show. That definitely won't be happening now because this guy is back in WWE, and I don't know if Triple H is even allowing people to do type of whatever. So that's another question I got for you at the end of the show too about Triple H and his reign. But Hit Row gets the win. They cut a promo, said OG3 is back. B-Fab is back in the building. OG3 is back. Moving on.
Ty said Hit Row feels weird without Swerve. Francis was making a big point about that. Is that they were originally a trio,
right?
But Triple H wanted to make it a faction in NXT, so that's why he put Swerve with them, and it ended up working. So, and Swerve was really happy for them online. I see what you mean. They did make that a point at the end of their promo that they were the original three that they were there. So I noticed that. We'll see how this works. Because
Hit Row
in GCW they were pretty good. They were a good act down there too. So their match against Shane Taylor Promotions was fire. So that's pretty much all I've seen them do outside of WWE. But if they can keep that up, I think they'll be fine.
Yeah, Hit Row was a year and a half in before they even added Swerve. Triple H added Swerve right before they made the NXT debut. Noob, you got a lot of New Day hate. I don't like that. I don't like that, Noob. Talking about they can finally roll over in their grave. No, New Day is not done. They just injured right now. Trust me. They are not done. Yeah, Lizard. See, get out of here, Lizard. Ronda Rousey jumps the barricade, and it's super. This is crazy to me. It's funny because when she's a face, which I get it, you know what I'm saying? We didn't like her trying to do this face thing and her on the mic and all that, but she's still bad on the mic as a heel too. But she jumps the barricade, and the crowd is going crazy. They love Ronda Rousey. They messed up with Liv. I think they messed up with, like you said a couple of weeks ago, the way that Liv beat. They messed up.
Just won. She should have just won clean. She should. Now that she didn't, like, the story of Liv right now is that she's a paper champion. That's it. And that is the corner you've booked yourself in. There's not really much you can do until she beats Shayna. The weird part is, I'll let you get to this whole thing before I say anything, but go ahead.
Yeah, they messed up right there. So, and it's showing with the crowd because the crowd turned on Liv last week, and they are like super behind. They are more behind Ronda than what they was when they were trying to push her as a face. But Ronda, you know, she said I got fined for taking out, you know, the refs and all that. Pours a bag of money on the table. She even went to Instagram afterwards and said, "Hey, use this money I gave you extra money, WWE, for my fine. Use this money to bring some people back. So Ronda is lobbying for people to come back as well on her Instagram. But she cut her little promo, which it was a Ronda Rousey promo. You know what I'm saying? So I really don't have much to say about that. But Shayna Baszler walks to the ring as Ronda is walking out. And Shayna is like, "This is not how you do things around here. You gotta play by the rules. This is not UFC. You gotta play by the rules, and then, you know, you get opportunities." And I'm like, why is Shayna of all people saying this? It really didn't make sense to me at all. And then Ronda hits her with the, you know, you used to be a killer, and I love that. I was like, man, hopefully this means Shayna's gonna be, you know, go back to badass Shayna, who didn't play by the rules. And Shayna didn't play by the rules, and when she didn't play by the rules, that's when she was whooping everybody and she was a champ. Like, so I didn't understand that at all. I don't know if they're trying to low-key turn Shayna face. I don't know what they're doing with that. But Liv Morgan comes out. Shayna signs the contract. I didn't like her promo at all. But she was like, let's sign this. I'm gonna rip your arm apart, rip your limb by limb. I did not like her promo. It was very generic as hell.
Liv comes promo?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, wait for Liv.
Yeah, I didn't like Shayna's promo at all. Liv comes out. It was a better reaction this week. I'll give them that. It was a better reaction for her, but it was still a mixed reaction. And she basically said, "I don't believe you can beat me, Shayna." And that was
just like
pretty
that.
much, yeah, that was pretty much it.
She called her a Ronda wannabe. And she's like, this is, oh gosh.
Yeah, that was her biggest line right there.
She called her a Ronda wannabe and that she beat her twice. And that's when I was just like, bruh.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, you beat her twice. Like, yeah, you cashed in on a person that had wrestled, and she had just wrestled Natalya in a technically sound submission style match. So all of her parts were worked on. She's coming saying, oh, I beat her twice. The second time you tapped out. The ref just didn't see it. Otherwise, that match would have been lost. Like, that's why no matter what Liv says, I just don't buy it. I don't care. They really messed up the bag on that. She should have beat Ronda clean, and she didn't. And now I just don't. Until she can beat Ronda and until she can start making a body count, I won't have any care in the world of what Liv has to say to me or anybody else.
Because it's like
nothing.
Her only legit victory, is against Natalya, right?
Like, yeah.
Since winning the title. Her only.
Was that a title match though?
No, it was a contenders match.
Oh, there you go. So that wasn't even a title match. She just won one match against Natalya. Everybody wins matches against Natalya. That don't mean nothing.
That's what I'm saying.
Shayna has more legitimacy over me because she, like, her run. She's an actual champion. She had a great run, and they'll bring it up too. They'll probably bring it up now. Her fantastic run that she had with the title in NXT. That was a great run. And she was like the baddest person. The match she had with Kyrie were great. Like, she was legit a contender when she had that title. She was a badass. Liv has not done a damn thing. I don't care about anything that she has to do. She was wearing the hell out of that thing, though. I will say that. But good Lord.
You're there. But yeah, like, and then this happens. This fight breaks out as we're watching now, and I'm thinking, okay, Shayna's about to destroy Liv, and I got mixed reaction. I got mixed emotions about this. So I was like, right now, I don't think they need Liv to look soft again. Right after getting booed, and you know, this whole Ronda Rousey thing going on right now. So I'm like, it's good for Shayna, but it's horrible if Liv gets beat up here, which this is what was happening. I was like, this is not good. Like, for Liv, they could really go boo her the next time they see her if she gets her butt whooped by Shayna Baszler right here. And then somehow Liv...
I agree. That didn't make any sense to me either.
Yeah.
I don't know how Liv came up. Like, that's the thing, too. So Liv look, we'll watch this. Liv gets annihilated, right? And then basically gets lucky, is how I saw this. She got lucky. I didn't see this as look, she's still holding her arm in pain.
I mean, it's like they're trying to, bro, like, they use that to try to get sympathy.
Nah.
On Liv. That's what it looked like they tried to do.
Not for me. No way. No, sir. Not happening. I'm not giving it to her. You can get sympathy from somebody else.
I absolutely
find the weak simps in the WWE universe that'll give you sympathy. That's what she'll get it, not from me.
Man,
I'm a strong black man. WWE. Not happening.
So now it's just like, I don't know what. I feel bad for Liv, man, because she worked hard to get to this spot, and I don't know if that was a Vince call and they let the story end that way. Triple H just kept the story the same, or Triple H made that call to have Liv beat Ronda the way she did. Whoever made that call, you screwed Liv, basically. Like,
I think it was Triple H. Think about it. Back when Liv was in NXT, where was she slotted? It wasn't high. She just kind of got called up randomly. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it wasn't high till everybody left, like Carmella and all them left, because everybody was calling her the fake Carmella, a Carmella wannabe. And then, like, she got moved up a little bit. She started building momentum once, Bianca and all them left. And then as soon as she started building momentum, Vince called her.
No. She was on the main roster before Bianca.
No,
she was in the main roster before all. Yes.
Oh yeah, because of
that's what I'm saying. Liv got called up to the main roster randomly. Like, she was not slotted highly when she was in NXT by Triple H, but then she went to the main roster. She's been there since 2016 or so. Like,
damn, she did get called up. Good
yeah.
Lord.
Yeah.
Huh.
Like, I don't think Triple H sees her in the same light. And like, she is popular. And I thought that was the right move based off of the popularity and based off how the direction of the WWE was under Vince McMahon. But with Triple H in charge now, I don't think he wants that title on Liv necessarily. But they had already pulled the trigger by that point. So
I think Triple H feels better about it than what he did in NXT. But I still don't think that he looks at her as like a main event.
Goodness gracious, Max. Lord. Dunk says, I don't get why Liv got over. She's bad on the mic, and let's face it, she ain't Momo Watanabe in the ring. Well, that's just offensive to Momo Watanabe, so.
Damn. Yeah, it was the Riot Squad push. That's what it was. They called them up. But yeah, moving right along, Sami Zayn is still trying to get down with the bloodline. He's talking to the Usos backstage. Drew McIntyre gets his revenge by attacking them backstage. And Sami Zayn just took. I'm like, where the hell did Sami go? Sami was off the screen so fast. And I'm looking for him. Like, Sami's going to come in and hit him with a haluva kick or something. No, Sami never came back. Sami just full-blown ran the F away and didn't want no part of Drew McIntyre and let the Usos get beat up. So, Usos catch him backstage later again. Like, damn, Us.
You hear what Jimmy said as soon as he came up to her? Jimmy walks up and immediately he's just like, hey, what's up, track star? How you doing?
Yeah. He's like, hey, bro.
He's like, track star? I was like, oh, shit, bro.
Yeah, damn, Moose, you ran fast as hell. You fast as hell, ain't you? Shit was funny, man. But Sam was like, no, I was just trying to, excuse his way out of it. This whole Sami thing is funny, man. But they end up getting into it. They called you out to the ring again, and for whatever reason, Madcap Moss comes out to defend Drew McIntyre, and I'm like,
the second week in a row where Madcap Moss has just come out in a random place and just kind of gotten himself involved in something. I swear to God, he was in a tag team match. Who was he in a tag team match against the Usos with last week? Or was it? It was the Theory tag team match, wasn't it? I don't know. I don't care about
Theory. Him and
it was.
Was it him and Drew again?
I think
versus
so.
Theory and somebody?
Yeah, I think so. It was random, man. I don't like Moss coming out like this randomly like this.
And it's funny because he's saving a guy that he beefed with the whole summer, basically. Drew McIntyre. Yeah, they kept going one-on-one. Yeah, it's just, hey, whatever. Yeah. But yeah, they defeated the Usos. Usos take another L. They get into it, and Sami Zayn makes his presence known because he takes the Claymore for, I believe that was Jimmy that was about to get hit with the Claymore, and Sami saved him. Let me see if I can find that video. I probably can't real quick. Oh, there it is. Actually, let me pull that up. They are on. They sent me to a YouTube ad. I gotta see who he took this Claymore for.
Hey,
once we,
Yuling Gig. The podcast is sponsored by Yuling Gig, guys.
There you go.
Of light beer. Boom.
There you go.
We got sponsors.
Let's fast forward. They didn't even show it. They went to the end of the. Well, okay, well, he took a claymore for one of the Usos. Let's just say that, and that's just what it is. So Sammy's trying to show, I guess he's loyal, but I want to see Sammy do what I said last week. Go get that 24/7 title and run around like an idiot and be a jerk and just, yeah, Uso, yeah, I'm a champion too. Uso, you wanted me to be a champ? I'm a champ. That's what I want to see Sammy do, because Sammy is hilarious and stuff like that, and he's the guy that can pull it off. So that's what I want to see. What are your thoughts so far on that before we get to the main event?
I would love to see this story culminate in something along the lines of Sammy just does stuff like this. Like, he throws himself in front of people attacking the Usos and Roman. He gets involved in fights, but he's always the one taking these big moves. And I want it to culminate in just Sammy saying, you know, I'm tired of this. I do all of this stuff for you guys, and you never respect me or anything. And then I want him to just kind of have a come to Jesus moment. And then just one day he'll just come out. His head is shaved. He's got his old like jacket back on. His old freaking weird hat. He comes out as the old Sami Zayn. He's like ready to fucking go, and he just goes on a tear. I would love to see that. That's what I want. It's possibility now, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see what he do. Then we get to the main event. Gunther versus, I'm gonna call him Walter. Walter versus Shinsuke Nakamura. Where it is, they might be getting their names back too pretty soon somehow. I don't know how they're gonna mix it in with the story, but
Piper was one of the first people to go to Triple H after that happened. She said she never wanted that name Dewdrop, because I don't know who the hell would want to name Dewdrop, but
yeah. So, I think Piper, and see, when I saw that car, I thought Piper was gonna be, you know, low key turning, but it comes out to be Dexter Lumis. But this was a fire match with Walter and Shinsuke. Man, they let them go at it. This was just, it was an NXT like match. That's what it was. It was black and gold match. They just like that. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I was seeing shades of Shinsuke back in New Japan and Walter back in fucking NXT UK, Progress, all that stuff. Like, these guys were wrestling like they were actually allowed to, like the handcuffs were just lifted. This was like a legit fire freaking match from the two of these guys.
Look at that. That's a big man doing his job.
He hit him again. What's his name? Shinsuke had his back turned to him, and he hit him with another big drop kick to the back. It looked disgusting.
Look,
this match was phenomenal. I feel like there was a match. I feel like there was that three-way last week that we were talking about was crazy, but this was way better than this. This might have been the best match I've seen, I think, in WWE on the main roster all year. I'll go as far as say that.
All year?
100%, yes.
I don't know. Cody and Seth.
This was better than that for me.
Cody and Seth, and then that tag match between the Usos and
this was better than that for me too. This match was really good. I really enjoyed this match.
This was a good match. This is one of my favorite matches of the week. I'm still trying to decide my match of the week, by the way. But this is one of them. The Apollo Crews, Roddy Strong is on that list. Jericho Moxley is on that list. And then Ciampa and Lashley, which Ciampa and Lashley might end up being last on the list, but they are on the list. But this match was crazy. Look, I like Walter losing his weight and being healthy and all that stuff, but stay right there. Don't get any smaller than this, Walter, because then we ain't gonna be able to recognize you, man. You gonna look like a stick.
Hopefully now he'll be able to put some weight back on. Because, man, if he puts a little bit of weight back on, I want him to keep
muscle.
I want him to keep the muscle that he has on his gut, but I just want him to be a little bigger. But it's his life; he can do whatever he wants. And this match proved that it doesn't matter what size he's at; he's still going to be having bangers. So,
look, I mean, the crowd is on fire. This match was,
yes, that was, oh man, yes, I'm telling you, dope. This match was.
This match was a banger, man, and that was SmackDown with Shinsuke taking the L, but it doesn't look like it's done. Yeah, he don't look like him and Shinsuke look the same size, Lizard. Like, Yeah, bro. That's why I say don't get too.
This is what I was talking about. Yep, that big boot to the back
of the head. But he's still strong and powerful even at this size. But they don't look like they're done because Shinsuke had a look on his face like, "Oh no, I'm not done with you. I'm coming back." But
Shinsuke, man, he even came out. He didn't have that wacky, tacky, freaking onesie that he comes out with. This is Shinsuke. You can see, you saw it in this thing. Shinsuke was wearing his black pants with like no shirt or something on the top. He came out with the jacket. He had the old presentation. Like this was Shinsuke of old. Like this was New Japan Shinsuke. Like this was essentially a New Japan style match. Big Willie said it the best on his Twitter account. And I saw that, and for a second I was just like, nah, that can't be real. But I watched it and I was like, that actually makes a lot of sense. He's described this match as a G1 style of match on a Smackdown. And after watching it, I completely agreed with that. Like this match was fantastic. This would have been like seeing Shinsuke in a really fire G1 match before he left New Japan. Like it was that quality. Him and Walter just had a fucking banger. And the way that Shinsuke, he looked serious at the end too. He had a serious look on his face like, I was that close. I'm not done with you. I'm getting that title. Just like that, the Intercontinental Championship was that much more important.
Exactly.
I thought that was a goofy looking. Yeah, I thought that this was a goofy looking title. I thought that this was a goofy division. As soon as this match was over, I had a completely different mindset of all of that. Walter put on that title, and I was just like, "This is the fucking workers' title."
Hey man,
I'm just gonna say it right now. This was my match of the week, so I'm gonna put that up right now because this was fucking amazing. I love this match so much.
I told y'all a long time ago that title didn't look bad at all. I always liked how the title looked, especially when AJ had it. When AJ had it, he made the title look better than anybody back in the day when they first debuted and AJ had it around his waist. That title, that's a good looking title, man. It's just the way they used it was trash. Even when Sammy had it, Sammy made it important for a while when him, Jeff Hardy, and AJ was going at it and they triple threat matches and all that stuff that they was doing in the Thunderdome. But man, that's a nice title, man. And they did a video package just like they did for the U.S. title.
Yep.
Shinsuke is all of a sudden important again. The title is all of a sudden important again. Gunther, aka Walter, he's already been important because they was building him up anyway. U.S. title is important again. Ciampa is important again. Like just that simple. In 2 weeks, all this is everything changed in 2 weeks. Now that's SmackDown for you. Let me get a handshake for that. Great booking. Before we get to, actually, let's go ahead and do Rampage. Let's do Rampage. And I asked you the questions I gotta ask. Let's go ahead and do Rampage.
I was gonna say I already put my match of the week up there. I got so hyped talking about that match. I forgot that we had to go over Rampage. Let's get to Rampage, ladies and gentlemen. So give me 1 second. So we're going to Rampage quick at the lake. So this started off with a interview with Bryan Danielson with Tony Schiavone, who was in the ring. Danielson says that he will never. Tony Schiavone asked Danielson about everything that Garcia has been saying because Garcia, since he beat Danielson, he's been calling himself the Dragon Slayer. And ask if Danielson is even at 100% since that loss. Danielson says that he will never stop wrestling, that he doesn't know if since he started that if he's ever been at 100%, but nobody will end his career, and that it doesn't sit well with him that Garcia is calling himself the Dragon Slayer. So Garcia comes out, he tells Danielson that he's his hero, and his constant retiring and unretiring makes Garcia hurt, and that he's gonna wanna, and that when Danielson makes Garcia hurt, that makes him want to hurt Danielson. And Garcia says that he's gonna make Danielson retire permanently, and when he does that, he'll become the greatest technical sports entertainer in the world. Danielson says the term sports entertainer is bullshit, that Garcia is one of the people that he named when he wanted to start the Blackpool Combat Club, and that Danielson saw Garcia go 90 minutes in front of 200 people in a warehouse, and he was one of the best young wrestlers that he's seen wrestle in the world. Danielson wants Garcia to decide if he wants to be the best sports entertainer or the best wrestler, and then he just leaves. Thought this was a really good way to start off the show.
I agree.
We had the AAA World Mixed Tag Team Championship match. Sammy Guevara and his wife, Ty Mello, going up against Dante Martin and Sky Blue. Real life couple, Dante Martin and Sky Blue. The champions retained in this match. That's all I'll pretty much say. So up next, we had Parker Boudreaux, who was making his AEW debut against Sonny Kiss. Parker just killed Sonny Kiss, basically, the entire match. It was it. That was over. This guy, I will say, like, he's very explosive. I really didn't
he looked like Brock. Like, I know people hate saying. I know people when they said it, they were being funny. They were being funny, but I'm saying it in a good way. Like, this man looks like Brock. The way he moves, as big as he is. Like, yes.
The only thing I didn't like about Parker was how he was being used on NXT. I didn't like how he was with Joe Gacy. And because
oh my
Joe Gacy character. So that part just blew me. What?
Well, yeah, wait till the end of the show. But I got something to ask about Joe Gacy too and his people right now. But we'll save all this for the end of the show. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I'm glad to see him here because this guy's gonna be great if they use him well. And I could see him and Wardlow going at it down the road, and that match might be a banger. Beardhausen. Thank you, Shuttleworth, for the follow. I appreciate that, man. Beardhausen versus the Ass Boys. So we had Eric Redbeard coming back to team up with Danhausen. The Ass Boys got the win after Danhausen was setting up for a big lariat. But Billy Gunn took down the rope, making Eric go over the top rope, and the Ass Boys took advantage and got the win. After this happened, Billy said that the Ass Boys were weak, and he said this was the reason why this makes him miss the Acclaimed. He said he's got another challenge for them next week. After this, we go backstage, and Swerve in Our Glory is accepting a challenge from Private Party for the titles. Well, it doesn't say for the titles. It just says they're accepting a challenge from Private Party. This could be a good match. Hook is out with Tony Schiavone. I was very confused by this segment. Hook was out with Tony Schiavone, and Schiavone asked if the FTW title is always gonna be an open challenge, and Hook just goes, "Yep."
That's it.
And that's it. So out comes the reality check Zach Clayton.
Bro, I thought you was be able to explain it to me better than I don't understand it. Trust me, I was like, as soon as I saw it, I was like, maybe Dark can explain this to me Sunday. That's what I thought.
I had no idea who this guy was. He comes out and says that he's taking the title back to God's country in New Jersey. And Hook says yes. I had no idea who this guy was. Maybe just a jobber? I was very confused. Main event, Orange Cassidy comes out with the Best Friends versus Arya Daivari, who comes out with the Trust Busters. That is the Trust Busters. So I didn't talk about it on Dynamite. The Trust Busters is the team of Arya Daivari, Parker Bordeaux, and Jay something. I can't remember what his name is. But Arya Daivari and this Jay guy were at the ROH pre-show for Death Before Dishonor, and they got the W. So I don't know if you guys remember that, but I thought that Arya's partner was interesting because he had that corkscrew cutter that he performed that I thought was insane, and that I had only ever seen performed in a 2K video game. So I thought that was pretty interesting. Orange Cassidy got the win with an orange punch. I won't go into too much detail about the match, but he gets the win with an orange punch. After the match, the Best Friends and the Trust Busters go into a brawl. Parker Bordeaux comes in. He starts taking out everybody. Cassidy stands face-to-face with him. Sonny Kiss comes down to the ring. He starts to back up Cassidy, says that he's got this, and then kicks Cassidy in the nutsack. Cassidy goes down, and it's confirmed that Sonny Kiss has joined the Trust Busters. And shortly after, look at that, man. Insane. I'm talking about. That's the explosiveness I'm talking about. He just went into a full-on sprint just like that. Bordeaux is ridiculous. This guy's dangerous.
They got their own version. But look, Sonny comes out and I know immediately. Look how he's standing. Like I knew immediately. And I'm just like, why? Didn't he just kick your ass at the beginning of the show like 2 matches ago? And all of a sudden I didn't understand this at all. I didn't understand it. I didn't really care for it because it didn't make sense.
So
I mean, I guess, but it didn't make sense.
It didn't. It didn't. I didn't try to make sense of it. I was shocked when I even found out that he was a part of a faction. So I was just like, whatever. But yeah, that was Dynamite. Sonny Kiss is a part of the Trustbusters now. So, do you have any thoughts on on Rampage? This Rampage just existed this week. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
If you for some reason were just like, you know what, I'm here on a Friday night, I want to watch wrestling that I haven't seen, just go ahead.
So y'all keep talking about AEW Dark, but everybody don't watch AEW Dark.
They were on Dark. That is true. Yep. Trustbusters.
I remember seeing the highlight on Twitter or whatever, but I'm not gonna remember that shit out of everything else that go on during the week. Like you have to tease that on TV and then on Dynamite or something backstage or something, and then have it happen on Rampage, where people who ain't that many people watching the AEW Dark. I'm sorry. That's just like saying, oh, they teased the big feud on Main Event or Level Up in WWE. Like, we supposed to know what's going on? That shit didn't make sense to me. All we know is Sonny Kiss got his ass whooped and then coming to help this person that just whooped his ass. Like, yeah. Okay.
They did show it on Rampage too? Okay. All right. So they showed the footage, at least if you didn't watch it on Dark then. Okay.
I don't remember seeing that on Rampage, but okay.
Yeah. But
hey, well,
this whole episode of Rampage. The only thing that I was super interested in was the promo at the beginning of the show between Garcia and Danielson, because next week we're going to be getting a 2 out of 3 falls match between those two, which is going to be very interesting. So he said I'd rather watch. Did he say Dolomite? Swerve and Private Party are going to be on Rampage next. Yep, I went over that, Ty. Yep, that'll be good. That'll be dope. That'll be a good match.
I mean, Rampage is another show. They're gonna have to step it up again and go back to the field that they had the first year of it with because now SmackDown is starting to step it up, and if Rampage is gonna be meh, which 2 out of the last 3 weeks has been meh, people are not gonna want to watch Rampage anymore. They're gonna be like, oh, it used to be can't miss. Now it's just like, all right, whatever. I catch highlights. That's how it's starting to feel, and I don't like that for them. I want them to continue to be good. So, but lately it hasn't just caught my attention. Like, it's almost like it feels like work. I watch it for the podcast now.
Well, the time doesn't help either. 10 o'clock on a Friday.
That too.
That's always been against them. So
I will. Now you've been to AEW show. Do they do Dark before Dynamite and do Rampage?
Dark? No, they don't even do Dark. So what they do is if you're going to a show live, you'll get Dark Elevation, then you'll get the show, then you'll get Rampage. They do Dark now at the old Impact Zone in Florida. So yeah, they do all their Dark shows there, but that's all that you get to see.
So
it's 4 hours, yeah.
Yeah, so that's another thing. The fans are there all night, and I understand that people leave during, because they got things to do, or it's just late, So what do you think about them possibly just doing Dynamite for Wednesdays, and then actually go somewhere on Fridays, or just any other day? Just go another day, even if it's not Friday live, but just go to another arena somewhere else, or come back to that arena and do Dark and Rampage tapings the same night, so that way the crowd don't have to be there that whole time doing for 3 shows basically. Like
that would be good. I just don't know if. Yes, Dunk. I saw that rest of Night 5 was up too. I'll be streaming that soon. But I don't know. Maybe they do that just from a production standpoint. Maybe it's just easier for them to get everything done at once. Maybe it would be. Maybe also it would cost them more money to rent that same place for 2 nights in a row. So they want to just get it all done at one time as a costly thing. But I know from that type of standpoint, I feel like I don't know with the way that Rampage is going right now. Would they make enough money back if they didn't have a Dynamite or anything attached to it? You know what I mean?
I mean, they
That's
can. They really can because they got so much talent. They really can. Tony is saying have bigger matches, and some more title matches on the show. They can really do it because there's so many people that's backstage. If they wanted to, they could do it. Honestly, they can make Rampage feel. They did it before. Like the whole first 6 to 8 months was everything felt big. Of course, some shows were live too, so that helps. But I mean,
oh, you going to both push? Or you just going to one?
Hold on, I missed the first comment. What did he say? He'll be at Raw tomorrow. Oh, okay.
Oh, there you go. See, now people tell me they're going to Raw, and I don't just look at them like, wow, why? That might actually be a good show. Well, you're getting Lashley and AJ tomorrow.
Yeah.
For the title. So
like, I actually want to go to a Raw now. I haven't been to a Raw since I can't tell you the last time I've been to Raw. And I told y'all my last SmackDown thing with Vince was just horrible.
Oh God.
So yeah, I mean AEW do use small arenas too, so that could, I don't know. I feel like that would be better if they sold Dynamite as is and then sold Rampage and Dark Elevation as one ticket as well. You know, I feel like that would be better as far as like how the crowd reacts with the people on Rampage. They dead tired by the time Rampage gets here. So I just feel like that'll be better. But that was Rampage, man. A few questions I had for you before we get off and before we do our show of the week and match of the week and all that, etc. is with all these people coming back, who do you see coming next? I got my eye on one person that I think is going to be making an appearance soon, because I know Triple H love this guy. But I'll see what you got to say first. Who do you think is coming back next?
I'm trying to think of who's out there right now. The only person I can really think of is Gargano. I can't really think of anybody else off the top of my head.
Bronson Reed?
That's a free. He's in New Japan right now.
Yeah, but for how long?
The rest of the G1. Like they are using him really well, like in New Japan right now. He could go back, but him and what's his name? His partner down there for TMDK. Like I said at the beginning of the show, they gave him a win over Okada. He's the only person to beat Okada in this entire tournament, and he's the only other person opposition to Okada in the A block. So they think of him highly. I think they want to keep him there. So that would be up to him. That would be up to him, because now
I know they want to keep him there.
New Japan values him, like giving him a win, and that's WWE in Japan right there is New Japan, and they're expanding here in the U.S. So I mean, I know that they're going to be pushing hard to keep him. If they're giving him a win over Okada, that means something. So that would be interesting. If Triple H can get him back, then that would be interesting. But I would see about that. Did somebody say Kyrie? Yeah, Kyrie's in Kyrie ain't coming back. Hell no.
Yeah, Braun,
happy there.
No, I don't think Triple H is trying to bring Braun back. Braun got his own thing going on right now anyway.
He's controlling his narrative.
Yeah, there you go. So but I think Triple H got his eye on Bronson Reed, and he's just waiting on that time to end. Like, I don't think he's gonna try to interfere with him now with what he's doing, but I think he probably put a bug in his ears, like, hey, when you done, consider us again. I think that's already happened. Naya, what is going on with y'all?
Did you see the somebody commented that they said that Nia Jax was better than Piper Niven?
And what?
Everything. So she was better than everything. I didn't even respond. I was laughing my ass off. If
Okay.
somebody says Bray Wyatt one more time, I swear to God.
Bro, they keep saying it. They love Bray
damn,
Wyatt.
bro.
It's all
Everywhere.
every
They
day.
want him
It's
everywhere.
Bray Wyatt.
Holy
It's Bray
smokes.
Wyatt and it's Johnny Gargano. That's all you hear. Tegan Knox. We talked about that last week. I said Tegan Knox should have been brought back, and I think she will be brought back. I thought she was gonna be in a tournament, but
The female
obviously
Derek
not.
Rose right there. Tegan Knox.
Damn. Well, yeah. So Keith Lee and Swerve are tag champs right now in AEW, so don't even bring their names into this. You talking about Drew? You just said Cross should beat Reigns. You just want somebody to beat Reigns, Otis. All right, cool. We
He
get it.
said, I don't think Hunter trying to bring EC3 and Sheer. Don't want CYN invading SmackDown. That would be a hell of a storyline. That way, oh my lord.
Bring back Taya Valkyrie. Oh, somebody mentioned not on the chat, but somewhere else. Somebody mentioned John Morrison. Would you think Triple H want to bring him back?
I mean, is he doing anything right now? I haven't seen him anywhere. He's not in. He had like a couple one-offs in AEW. He's not in Impact. I haven't seen him. I mean, he's wrestling now and then for AAA. Like he hasn't had a solid place since he left WWE. So
Like, I think Tony knows who Triple H like. That's why he making sure Swerve and Keith Lee are getting their shine, as well as Andrade and people like that, because those are Triple H. Triple H loved those guys. He loved Swerve. He loved Keith Lee. He loved Keith Lee to the point where he was the only double champion in NXT. So, and then Vince called him up. But he loved say. So yeah, Tony Khan know to keep those guys hot and fresh, and that's what he's doing right now. He's being real smart. Alice comes in 2 minutes and 30 and 2 hours and 30 minutes in the show talking about hi. What up, Alice? Push has a play. I mean, a question. I said Push has a play. Goddamn. Push has a question for us, Dark. What you think?
let me. No. I can straight up answer that with 100% certainty. That wouldn't happen. And I can tell you why. It's because Kota Ibushi doesn't want to work for a company like this. He was a freelancer in 2016 when he joined the WWE for that Cruiserweight Classic. That's why he never joined them back then. He only recently signed to New Japan just to be a company man for them because he wanted to work there. Triple H, I don't think would have had any impact. He didn't even know who Vince McMahon was when he came there. So, I mean, yeah, that I don't think that has any effect on him. Zack Sabre Jr., to that style of wrestling, I don't think that he wants to wrestle there because, like, he said it after his match against Claudio. He's just like, Americans don't appreciate my technical style of wrestling. And it happened with Gresham. You saw it with Gresham. So, like, yeah, I don't think that he would come. I don't think he would come either. I don't think either of them would go, even with Triple H in charge. So,
I'm glad that was your answer, because that leads to my next question that I was going to ask you. Do you think Triple H set something up with the guys that he's not using right now, maybe like a Drew Gulak and others, and say, hey, you know what? We're not using you right now. Go have some fun on the indie scene. Go do Twitch. Go do something like that. Do you think that's something Triple H is going to set up for them guys?
I mean, hopefully he gives them that platform back. What was the negative of having a platform?
Yeah, I think they already got their third party platform.
I was gonna say, what was the disadvantage? What was the negative of doing that? If you
Vince want to take the money, that's what.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, because realistically, like, if you have all of your workers that are super popular, if you have them going on their off time to go and talk to their audience and build a bigger following, you know what that's going to do? That's going to draw more people in. You'll have people going on Twitch that they might not necessarily know who this guy is. Like AJ Styles, for example, because AJ would just say some off-the-wall shit with him and his son. So you would have people going there. You might not necessarily know who he was. Some people might not have they might have lost contact with AJ. They just been like, oh, AJ, what's up? Where you been? I haven't seen you wrestle since, like, I don't know, back in the gym in 2001. Like, they'll be like, oh, yeah, now I'm wrestling on WWE. Now you've got a whole group of people what did they call those people when AEW started? The God, I can't remember, but do you know the word I'm looking for? Like, it was just like they said they were trying to grab the not the late fans, but like the the fans, not hardcore, but it was just like they were trying to grab a certain, like they were trying to grasp the fans that had kind of just dispersed, I guess, from the current program that was on right now. I don't know what it is. I'm blanking right now, but
yeah,
you would have had those fans. You would have had those fans come back maybe too. So I mean, there was no real negative to what they were doing except cash. That was the only thing.
They say the casual fans.
It wasn't casuals. It was.
Yeah,
it was Tony, Tony Khan said this. He didn't say the word casual. It wasn't. There was literally a term that he had used, but it's not casual. It's not hardcore. It was something else. I just can't think of it.
So, I think Bronson Reed is being contacted. Did you hear about this? Amari Miller taking shots at Sasha Banks online.
Who's Amari Miller?
The black girl that always loses a match in NXT.
Oh, well, there you go. Okay. That's all you had to say. Always losing.
Yeah,
She's losing here too.
I don't think so. She made a couple of posts. I meant to put it up, but she was just talking about, she was praising Ember Moon and things like that, and somebody came to her with a comment saying, Sasha Banks is black and she worked in the same company with you and all this. And then she was like, no, she's German. She's not really black. I'm talking about African American. She's black and German or some crap like that. Oh, she got attacked. She deleted her Twitter. She came back, then apologized. She's like, I wasn't meaning that as a shot to, Sasha Banks. I was just saying, what she is. She's not African American. She's, black and German and all that. She tried to, make it seem like she wasn't really taking a shot, and she probably wasn't taking a shot. She probably actually meant it like that. Hey, I know Sasha to be black and German just from talking to her, but fans attacked the JD from NY, called her idiot and asshole and all that. I was like, first of all, people, stop sending me clips from JD because it's like y'all want me to rant on this guy.
I'm saying, you started that yourself. You keep talking about this guy every week for the past 3 weeks. I keep about
clips. After I mentioned that I muted him on my timeline, people started sending me clips. I was like, dope, did you hear this, dope? Did you see this, dope? I'm like, bro, no, I don't. Like, my timeline is cleansed from him. You know what I'm saying? So until now, my inbox is getting clips. Every time he go live, I get a clip from one of his lives, and I just be like, okay. Like, I react to it when it's stupid, and what I'm gonna start doing is what I did this week. Is if he say something dumb, like, oh, Triple H said we can't be too pretty with our LED ring apron and all that shit, I'm gonna take it, and I'm gonna take what I said, calling him a dumbass, and I'm gonna post it as a YouTube short. I'm gonna get the views, and I'm gonna get more followers. That's what I'm gonna keep doing. That video got like 600 views right now. So, hey, matter of fact, I take that back. Keep sending me clips from JD so I can keep making my YouTube shorts using the content that he said and me calling him a dumbass. Thank you. Actually, keep sending those clips. I changed my mind now.
Hey, you don't even have to tell them to send it to you. You can just unmute that guy. He'll be fine.
Nah. I can't do that. That's going too far. I'm not unmuting nothing. So send me clips, and if you don't send me clips, I'm gonna be perfectly fine with it. But if you do, I'm about to turn it into opportunity to talk shit, make a YouTube short, edit a quick video out, me calling him a dumbass. He said what he said. Bow. There you go. So about this man choosing violence. Show of the week, superstar of the week, match of the week. What you got?
I'll let you go first this week.
Show of the week, Smackdown, because they did a lot. You had a debut, you had a title match that felt important. The promos was good. The women's division, I don't know what's going on with that. But
the word was I'm sorry. The word was lapsed. The lapsed fan. That's what it was. That's the word I was thinking of. Okay, I'm sorry. It was all okay. It was bugging me. Go ahead.
Show of the week, SmackDown. Dynamite was real close. I was debating doing that the whole time. Let me think again, man. Dynamite was good. SmackDown stood out more. SmackDown stood out more because of that. Damn, but that title match on Dynamite was good. Shit. It's like I'm really trying to compare title match versus title match right now. That one on Dynamite was Chris Jericho was killing, bro. CM Punk came back, but at the same time we got hit. CM Punk and Hit Row is not equal, but we got another return with Hit Row, which it was good to see them. Shit, man. You know what? Yeah, I'm with you, Liz. I'm changing. Dynamite show of the week, match of the week. It's tough between Shinsuke and Walter, and then Jericho, Moxley, and Apollo and Roddy Strong. Apollo and Roddy was real good. Apollo and, like I said, Ciampa and Bobby Lashley, but I think that's fourth on the list out of those four. But Apollo and Roddy was real good, man.
Roger can't have bad matches. This guy just pumps out good matches.
This guy, I mean, he's
underrated as hell.
He don't get tired.
Man, he's a stamina machine too, bro. He reminds me of Nick Diaz. He's like the Nick Diaz of wrestling, bro. He just keeps going for days. He just never stops. It's nuts.
He said Josh Alexander, Alex. I didn't watch it, so I can't put it on there for mine. Man. I heard it was fire, but I didn't watch it. Mustafa Ali and T-Bar, aka Dominic Dijakovic, had a match of the week contender on Main Event. That actually got me to watch an episode of Main Event this week. And Ali hit a damn Canadian Destroyer off the top rope. Like, so if you ain't watched that, you might want to go check that one out too. So I'm gonna go with Shinsuke. I'm gonna agree with you on that one, Dart. Shinsuke and Walter for the match of the week. Dynamite for show of the week. Superstar of the week. CM Punk for returning. I give it to him. I give it to him because he's back. Crowd popped. I can't think of nobody else that really deserves like the superstar of the week right now. That really just stood out this week. Yeah, CM Punk. So.
Oh gosh. Okay. So for my match of the week, like you said, I'm giving it to Walter and Shinsuke because man, that match it felt like I was going through a time machine. Like a lot of people that have watched earlier matches in Shinsuke's career, especially, it seems like he's just been using WWE as early retirement. And on Friday, you saw this man come back in full, and you got to see Walter wrestle for the first time since he left NXT. Essentially, like this guy got to go at it. You were seeing promos backstage with him calling themselves professional wrestlers. I loved it. So this was my wrestling match of the week right here, Walter versus Shinsuke. My superstar of the week, I'm going to give to Koguma from Stardom because she was in two really good matches. She had a match against, it was against Himeka on day 4 and against, oh Lord, who was her other? I have to look that up real quick. But she had a second match, Saki, on day 5. Both these matches were bangers. She was the one constant of the two shows that I watched with Dunk yesterday. She had really, really great matches. She lost in both of them, but I thought her performances were really great. So I'm gonna give show of the week or superstar of the week to Koguma, and my show of the week goes to day 3 of the 5-star Grand Prix from Stardom as well. Because pretty much every match that we watched there that day was just phenomenal. It was just top to bottom a great show. I didn't see any bad matches on that card. So, yeah, that's it for me. And this was, again, a super difficult week. Don't mention all the shows that were pretty much going on here in America. You had that Impact show. You had the main event from WWE. You had Smackdown and Raw. But Noah just started their tournament. The N1, and I saw Kachiko Nakajima and Masakita Miya go at it, which was fire. Anthony Green is in that tournament. It's just so much shit. There's just so much fucking shit out there right now. There's no reason why anybody should be complaining about any type of match quality right now. It's an overload right now. It really is. Rafa, what's good? How you doing, man? I haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah, so I'm going to change my superstar of the week to Deonna Purrazzo and Chelsea Green. They did become the new Impact women's tag champions. So I think I give them that. I got to give them that. So let's show a little love to Impact Wrestling. I've missed the last 2 episodes of Impact, so I haven't been able to. I've been gone. So let's show a love to Impact Wrestling. I'm gonna get in the Superstars of the Week. Before we get out of here, man, thank you for tuning in. Much love to all y'all for following me, following Dark, following Push, following everybody that we interact with, all the streamers, man. Get the tables and all of them. I know we going head to head with A&E's WWE thing, and I wanted to watch the episode tonight too. They doing DX, so that's big. I actually want to see that one myself. So for y'all to come through, I really appreciate it. For real, much love to everybody. Make sure you go watch the replay of the AEW DKF Universe mode. We did AEW Beach Break, which is our first AEW pay-per-view in the Universe mode, which was crazy. It was a crazy night. A lot of titles changed hands. Every match was good. Even with a glitch here and there, every match was good. The DKF card that I have loaded up for the next episode, DKF, is loaded. So be looking out for that sometime this week. Maybe Tuesday, most likely. And yeah, stay tuned for the podcast updates, like the regular Dope Content podcast, sports podcast. I got to do a sports one this week too. So stay tuned for that. I'm going to start back streaming wrestling matches on this page. I'm not even going to use the burner page right now because I'm seeing too many people doing classic stuff on their main pages. I'm gonna do it too. So we're bringing that back as well. So I just want to let y'all know. Follow Dope Content on YouTube.
There's a reason why I started doing the starter matches on my really regular page again.
Yeah, like it's too many. It's like they don't even care no more. So follow dopecontent.com. Stay up to date with everything that's dope content. Follow the YouTube. I'm done. Dark, go ahead, do your shout out, and we out of here. I'm not even doing a video again this week, so
make sure to go and check out my YouTube channel. I'll put the link up right now. We had our first we had the A block for the M1 Invitational. So the winner of this tournament will be able to go after either the Intercontinental Championship or the World Championship. We had a really, really stacked A block. Okada took place in it. Shingo, Kota Ibushi, Kenny Omega, Jacob Fatu. Who else am I? Tetsuya Naito. A bunch of big names we had in this tournament. So make sure to go and check this out and find out who it was that won the block. A lot of great matches. I'm gonna put the link up right now so you can see that. On Thursday, we will be having the B block, and then whoever wins the B block will face the winner of the A block in a finals match, a 2 out of 3 falls match, and whoever wins that will be the inaugural winner of the M1 Invitational. Next week also, like I've been doing the past couple of weeks, the 5-Star Grand Prix is still happening, so I will be covering that. Dunk mentioned it earlier. They just put up the rest of Day 5, which has a lot of big matches on there. I know that Momo Watanabe and Starlight Kid is one of those matches, so a lot of that's a big interfaction fight that they've got in that one. We've also got Azumi against Tom Nakano. We've got Hazuki against Natsupoi. Suzu Suzuki will be making her debut in the tournament, going up against Mirai, and we've got Utami Hayashishita against Risa Sera. So we've got a lot of actually big matches to go through when I come back for the 5-Star Grand Prix, which I'll probably do that tomorrow. I'll get through the rest of Day 5 tomorrow. So make sure to come back for those as well. And then catch us next week for another episode of the Budget Cut Podcast. So
there it is. So appreciate y'all coming through once again, man. Another good show. We went overtime, but we had some extra stuff to talk about. We talked about the AEW video game. We talked about, just talking about questions of what Triple H is going to do, who's coming back and all that. So we added some things. So still a good show. And yeah, man, that's it. I'm not playing no more videos. Let's get up out of here. Thank y'all for coming through. I'm about to hit the X button. Y'all be safe. I'm starving. I ain't ate nothing all day. So I'm out, man. Y'all be safe.
Peace.